campaign D&D. My name is Becca, and I will be playing Elspeth the Bard. Missing this evening is Amy, who plays our character Maka, who she is away at the moment. Sam, who plays Toto Halfpint, who will be joining us later this evening, and Alex, who plays Azzy, who we have no clue where he is. So, other than that, I will allow the other 3 members of the group that are here at the moment to introduce themselves.
Hey everyone, this is Azuzu. I'm playing Copy, the arcane trickster rogue fighter. Scott.
Okay. I'm Trez. I'm playing Cloud, the Tabaxi rogue warlock.
I'm Scott, the group's DM.
And that is our very small group this evening, until Sam gets here.
Okay, would either Becca or Traz, since they were the ones here last week and Sam's late, like to do a quick recap?
I will do the recap this week because I haven't done it in a while. So, group woke up on the ship in Western. Elspeth and Cloud had a chat, so Cloud went to find some information about one of their other party members. Azzy and Toto had a chat about love and girls. And then when Cloud got back, we decided to take Teleportation Circle over to Imon. So we all got ready to go. Most of us went through the portal, and then Maka at the last minute went, "Do you know what, I don't fancy it," and went off in the other direction. Once in Amon, we found our way to a tavern where someone paid Elspeth a debt, paid off a debt, and Toto ordered all the steaks in the pub, which upset the chef, and then he ordered one of those steaks to be cooked well done, which really pissed off the chef. We then had a night in the tavern before going out exploring the next day. We ended up in the Temple District, where Azzy tried to convince people in the Temple of Bahamut that we'd killed a red dragon. None of them really believed him. Meanwhile, Elspeth, Cloud and Toto were visiting the orphanage Elspeth grew up in and meeting the gentleman that raised her. We then went back to the Temple District to meet Azzy and convince the people in the temple that we'd killed a red dragon, ? Oh, and we also went to visit Toto's brother at some point, if I remember correctly. Basically wound him up something rotten. Discovered a diary? Or something? I'm so bad at this today. And then the end of that day, we heard a scream. We ran towards the scream. We found a woman bleeding to death that we couldn't heal with healing magic, so Azzy managed to medicine check her to not be dying. Meanwhile, Elspeth went tracking the thoughts of the guy that we believe did it, got slashed, which now isn't healing. She's now currently bleeding to death, and Cloud went running after the guy that she found. I think that's where we left it off. Did I miss anything?
A quick question. So Maka basically said peace just at the last second before walking. I missed that. That's interesting.
Okay, so before we jump right back into all that shenanigans in Amon, we figured out what's happening to our rogue friend over here.
I only have 10 different things I want to try. Probably will fail all of them given how bad I roll.
Well, for the sake of expediency and speeding up the process, after you were essentially cornered by a literal pair of Disney villains of Jafar and Iago, because that joke is still going until I have literally worn it to paper thin levels, folded it into a little plane and thrown it out the room. You were dominated and made to do one little small tiny little task on Jafar's behalf.
Which
That was to
was
steal a particular item off of someone.
okay. Which
Which I just put
is
into the Discord chat, and we'll see.
okay.
So the little scheme has played out. You got the said item and delivered it to Jafar and Iago, who are just like, yeah, you can just like sit here for a while, wait for authorities to get a hold of you, while we just like bugger off on our own little misadventure. Bye now. You managed to get out of Dominate Person by pure chance, and sleight of hand into their bag and take the item back and just like, bye bitches, away with it. So you now have, and it's been reskinned for the purposes of just keeping this really stupid joke going, a very fancy lamp made of brass, and it's got a really unique stopper on the end of it. And you now are on your own on Westrun. Do you wish to try and find a way to get to Amon, since the rest of the party were at one point talking about it, or what do you do?
Yeah, I'll try to find the party. I'll give a mental note of Jafar and Iago because I will come back to kill them one day. But
Such a cover. It's like, mental note: kill thieving bastards later.
but yeah, I'll try to find the party on the boat because that's where I left them.
So you go back to the ship after your little escapade, and you find that the ship's been moved. You see where it used to be, and it's been obviously just like lifted up and carried off through the city. There's no guards where it used to be, just kind of like going, just like the final takedown of all the like extra bits of equipment that you built to kind of drag this thing inside.
Hmm.
A couple guards are sitting there, just like, what can we do for you?
What happened to the ship? What happened to everyone on
On
the
the
ship?
orders of Miranda Killer, it's been moved into a secure location within the city.
And everyone else on the ship?
Ain't no one who's on Miranda's payroll still on that ship. It's been moved to the warehouse and has been kept there. Are you looking for someone?
Yeah, actually. But that's fine. I will find them eventually. Miranda's at her house?
If not there, council chamber.
Okay. I will start making my way towards Miranda's place, but I'll change into Elspeth on the way there.
Okay.
And then I'll come to her house to see if she's there.
So, as we're obviously like a day or so behind with your little misadventure, we'll come back to that sign. Hey guys, Elspeth's bleeding out.
Yep. Cloud's not there.
Not my fault. This little bitch just pussed out on me.
That's not a nice thing to say about Elspeth.
I meant the hooded dude with the knives.
Okay, so again, there's still a bit of ruckus going on nearby. There's people running back and forth, so get city guards are trying to find anywhere. And we have, of course, Elspeth with a really nasty looking wound that seems to not be closing up whenever someone tries to use healing magic on it.
It's really weird talking to myself, pretending Toto and Ozzy are here when the players are not.
Toto's just sitting there going, hey man, I don't know how to fix this. Cloud, you got any ideas?
Cloud's not there.
Didn't Toto run after Cloud as well?
He turns around and is just like, shit, he's not here.
Oh
All you
no,
can hear is
Toto
the kind
did.
of clock,
Toto
clock,
went.
clock of his heeled Crocs on the cobble work.
Toto went as he look after Elspeth and fucked off because leaving me with the other elf is a great idea.
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's gonna go. I am not letting you touch me, so I suggest you follow Toto, and I will sort myself out. And
As these just kind of just back off. Just kind of that whole sort of like the hands out, like up to his chest, like, okay, I was trying to help, but
how far from home am I? As in orphanage home.
about a good 30 minutes.
Distance-wise.
Yeah, unless you're willing to like book it, you could probably get there in 15.
I'm thinking dimension door. 400 feet?
Trying to do distance math. I can say it could take a good bit of your journey time off, yeah.
So I will go tell the others I'm going home. They'll know where I mean, and I will dimension door to my as close to my orphanage as I can get, and then I will walk the rest of the way.
So, as you are making your way, and you can just feel that wind in your side just like sting every couple of paces, but you manage to power your way through as you're tracking. You're remembering where your best way to get back to the orphanage is. Cloud, you last had the guy in your sights, and now he's gone. What do you want to do?
He just literally just like sort of teleported or dimension door or something like that, didn't he?
Not quite sure what he did, but he's definitely not in the immediate vicinity right now. Unless you want to do an Arcana check and try and ascertain what this, if you've recognised the spell or ability before.
Yeah, might as well have a try with my whole +1.
Nine. You're just like you bounced out, little bitch.
What a bitch. Um, being frustrated for a moment and then getting Elizabeth's message, he'll climb up onto the roof. If he sees Toto, he'll go meet up with Toto. Otherwise, he'll summon his familiar in giant eagle form and go and just probably do a swing around the area just to see if he notices the dude in the cloak. If not, then head to meet up with Elizabeth back at the orphanage.
So make me a perception check for the eagle.
+4, I think.
23. Eagle's looking. Eagle's looking. Can't seem to find them. But as it's doing its like wide circle flyby, it does spot Elspeth in the distance. Just as she is making her way downtown, walking fast,
Faces pass.
bleed out. Dump.
Just before I get there, I will prestidigitation to try and take away any of the blood that's visible, so I don't freak the fucking children out.
Okay, as you press the digitation, the bloodstain away. Get to the outer gate for the orphanage. You take 15 points necrotic damage. As the wound again just starts to not fester, but it kind of feels like there's just like something like it's been forcibly opened. The more like you walk, so if like imagine someone's two like hands were just trying to kind of open it up. Like a really annoying handbag, just like fucking prying it open. I don't know why I went handbag.
I
It's
was
been a long
gonna
day.
say, I can't imagine you with a handbag. Although now that image in my head is there, I can't get rid of it.
I look fabulous for boy, right? Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna
what I
have
put
to
that
get
as a
you a
bullet point
handbag.
somewhere. It's called a satchel. But yeah. I don't know why I did that there. It's been a very long, like 2 weeks for me. Anyway, as you're getting towards the door, what do you do?
I'm going to walk in and go. Devden might need a hand, please.
Your voice echoes in the halls. You can hear like a faint movement from upstairs. A couple moments later, Devon appears at the top of the stairs, going, what's wrong?"
Somewhere we won't scare the children. Office, maybe?
You know the Wayne points over his shoulder, says, "I'll be there in 2 minutes," and runs off to like another part of the upstairs.
So I will go and sit in the office. I will pull up my shirt and try to stem the bleeding a little bit.
Well, make me a medicine check to see if you can stop the bleeding.
22.
I feel like I need about like needle and thread and go, "Oh, I hope this works," and just like try and make a mix of stitch to try and stop the bleeding, and it seems to ebb the flow of blood ever so slightly. And you can hear Devlin rushing into the room just a few moments, and we're going to jump back a couple of days. Hey, Copy, you now are approaching, I believe it's Miranda's household first.
Hmm.
Well, the guards see you and go, "Ah, Miss Elizabeth," we'll give you a kind of half curtsy.
Hmm. And in the best Elspeth voice, I can't imitate Becca, but I'm going to say, is Miranda around?
You look at one and go, "Yeah, she's inside." Kind of had a bit of a toss up with a couple of the other council members, so she's not in the best of moods. But I'm pretty sure she'll see you if you're looking to speak to her.
Yes, just briefly.
One of the guards goes, "Give me a moment," and as soon as he opens the front door, all you hear is like a smash, and he just like slowly closes the door again. And goes, "You might want to take a walk around the block for like 2 minutes."
Okay. I'll wait. So I'll kind of muddle, yeah, wander around like the gardens and anything.
As you're wandering about the gardens, you can feel in your backpack or whatever you use to carry your shit. So I'm not quite sure. I'm visualizing. Like Copy would have like a traveler's backpack sticking out of her cloak.
You know, the thing
But
is that I got loads of shit. I don't know why I have the sword of sharpness randomly on my backpack as well. I don't remember ever
as
getting
he
that.
gave you at some point, I don't know. But you feel something rattling about.
Hmm. I'll have a look.
It's the lamp that you took off of Jafar after he made you steal it. It's rattling about.
Um, I don't know what it is, and uh, I'll look at it. Can I tell what's happening with it at all?
Make an investigation check.
So hard not to meta at this. 18.
18. It would appear that this inanimate object almost seems like it's got something on the inside wanting to get out.
Am I, with my investigation check, am I able to tell how I would open it up at all, or is it just about taking the stopcock off?
You'd assume that it's that the particular brass fitting on the end of it where the stopper is, if you were to unscrew it and then pull it out, you could probably assume that's how you open it.
Sure, I'll do that.
Before we do the whole jump to the other guy's thing, I just want to be clear. Are you sure you want to pull that stopper out?
I'm bored. I've got nothing else to do at the moment, so yeah.
Right. As you
I'm
pull that
fully
stopper
expecting
out,
a song, Scott. Like, don't be getting my hopes up without a song.
I was expecting it to happen a little bit later, but okay. I don't know about song, but definitely going to be channeling a certain somebody when I get this thing open. I just need to find the DMG and see what happens when you open in a fruity bottle. But we'll find out in the next few moments as we jump back to Cloud. Your eagle spots Elspeth going to the orphanage. You can tell that she's in pretty rough shape. And also you can spot Toto because of like the 23 or 24 it was that he got. So you can spot him just like, what the fuck, where's everybody? And why am I stuck with the stuck up elf? Who's still kind of standing around as if like, why wouldn't she let me help? I'm
I
confused.
will, knowing I can only take 2 people on the Eagle, I will sweep down, grab Toto, and tell Azzy, make sure the civilians are all right, and then we'll head to the orphanage.
Cool. As you head off, you go down. Toto goes, oh shit, there's a driver there. Oh yeah, it's you. And you pick him up and just like, come on. And sorry, did you say as he is coming as well, or are you leaving him?
No, because we can only get really 2 people on the Eagle, so I'd say to Azzy to go make sure the other people, obviously the woman who actually got attacked first, is all right, and anybody else who needs help, do what you do, basically. And then Cloud and Toto will fly off to the orphanage.
As you're flying off, all you hear Toto shout back to me is, and no tying up people like they're freaking invalids, way, and laughing as you fly off. Elspeth is currently getting patched up by Devlin, who is not showing signs of panic, but is obviously quite going, you're literally back for a day and you get shanked in the street. What are you up to?
This is me you're speaking to. Are you really surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm more thinking it would have been like, I don't know, your second day, maybe the third. You are good for the third day. Then this is records even for your standards. As he's like attending to the makeshift stitching that you have done, he's like, oh, for God,
At the
for
age
sake
of 12, I
gods.
accidentally Fonda-waved a group of children that were picking on me. Really, this is surprising to you?
As he's got like the sewing thread in his air quotes accidentally whilst got the needle in his like mouth. Gives you that sort of like sly eye going, girl, you're talking to me, but don't bullshit. It wasn't accidental.
Well, it made them leave me alone for about 2 weeks before they learnt to stop me talking.
Cool. Now, as Devlin's now going to try and do a medicine check to see if he can help this wound that is still being quite nasty. All this, and as I'm doing this, Azuzu, you better prepare a D100. You're gonna need it in a minute.
Oh, that's all I roll, mate. Give me a moment. Let me roll a couple of D100s.
I've used that, so I'm just guessing for a 617. Yeah, it manages to kind of help treat the wound a little bit. It's still not completely closed, but it's no longer just like gushing blood and all you can, Elspeth can see over his shoulder is just a little familiar little blue-faced, big-eyed child just kind of peeking his head around the corner, going, Devden? Something wrong? As Devden's trying to like attend to you, when he kind of looks at him and goes, could you maybe convince him to go away for a minute?
What's his name? I didn't actually ask his name last time. I'll go name.
Hang on. His name generally is Puddle.
That's amazing. So I'll go, hey Puddle, we're okay. Do you want to go play with the others just for a moment or two? And I'll come out and be with you all in a second. I just needing to talk to Devden about grown-up things.
Make a persuasion check.
He's a child. If I can't persuade a child, I should stop being a bard.
Whew, just
You're lucky your
plus
persuasion's 12.
12. Holy shit.
He just kind of looks over and tries to peek him, but he kind of goes, okay. And gives a little wave, and just steps back out of the room and just you hear his little faint footsteps going in the hall. As we jump back to what happened with Copy, roll me that D100.
Come on.
Let me have a look. Okay, so you take the stopper out. Nothing apparently happens for a moment as you look at it. So it starts to rattle in your hands. Smoke starts to billow out of it.
I'll drop it at this point.
As the smoke starts to turn darker and darker as it comes out, and you see a pair of glowing red eyes start to appear.
Few steps back, guns ready. I'm gonna assume I got my second one back from Jafar. Unless he kept it.
He let you have the palm pistol, but the rifle is definitely gone. Or did you... Wait, what one did you have? Because I'm pretty sure you lost. Did you not lose one at one point? Or
No, the rifle I gave away to Landon. This would have been just the pistol because the palm
right,
pistol.
okay, you've still got that. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So the
I knew
pistol
you
is
were a
what I
bit more
usually buy.
better
So-
handed with it than probably anyone else. But
Mm.
yeah, as you're backing away and you had the gun ready, you just hear this voice going, "Don't even think about it." As the smoke starts to appear like hands come forward. And again, that smoke is getting almost like pitch black, and the eyes are forever getting more intense as the hands reach out, and you feel like this thing's starting to try to make a grab for you. It goes, "Come here, you!" and just gives you like a big, massive, like hug, like thing. It's like, "Come here, you fucking little rat muzzle!" And it's like, "You get me out of that lamp," and I am so happy about it. Oh,
Okay.
did you look worried?
Uh,
At this point, the smoke starts to fill out, and there's this red-skinned, with the hair done up into a tri-knot ponytail kind of thing. Almost devil-like, but not quite. Looking me out with all these like fancy little chains and baubles hanging down from himself, with a really large scimitar-like object sitting by his side, just like, "What's your name?"
Elspeth.
Make a deception check.
So this would be with advantage. 18.
18. Kind of looks at you kind of funny and goes, "Well, ain't that spiffy, Elspeth?" Gives you a little pat in the back and goes, "So, what can I do for you?"
What do you mean? What can I do for you? Who are you? What are you?
Oh right, and he kind of face palms, pulls the face down. He's like dark black, dark haired goatee, pulls out and goes, "Where are my manners? The name's Robin. How you doing?
Hmm.
I'm what you call a fruity, and I'm more mildly tempered one than most of my fellow genies would be. But for next, like, and he pulls up. There's again. You've seen a couple of these things up here. This weird like wrist contraption with like little clock, little gears. And movement goes for the next hour. I'm gonna be your best friend.
So
What do you
you're
want to
gonna
do?
so you're gonna die on me the moment I open up to you? Yeah, great. That's gonna end really, really well at this point. I need to find out where my group is. That's what I need to do.
He looks kind of funny. Goes, you got a group of friends?
No. Just um people I travel with.
He crosses his arms and goes, "Okay, bit weird." Associates then. So you want to go find him? Let's go find him. And he kind of just like picks up the lamp and goes, "Here, hold this."
I'll hold the lamp, but like I won't move. And like I'm waiting to find out where they are. There's someone in there who can tell me where they are or where they might be.
At which point you just hear like the door getting pushed open and like, one of the guards going, Lady Killer, maybe you should think about this before you go." And you just hear him going, "Nope, nope, fuck him. He is a dead man as far as I'm concerned." And she strolls off, and our carriage gets pulled up and goes, "As soon as I get my hands on the dirty bastard, I have his head, and I'm going to mount it in front of my fucking mansion here, and for all to see that as much as this is a now democratic and free city, some things are just plain not forgivable. This is one of them." Climbs in a carriage. The carriage starts to head off.
Can I quickly just rush up to the guard and say, what was that about? Who's she after?
Guy goes, don't think you want to get involved in this, my lady. Things are a little bit. He kind of does that whole sort of like ixnay on the intrusion thing where the hand cutthroat gesture, like, don't go further.
Right. Robin, what can you do?
He kind of goes, "What can I do?" Snaps his fingers, and suddenly another carriage appears. Just suspiciously, just draws up next to the front gate and goes, "Your carriage awaits, my lady," and kind of pulls it out, kind of almost like a towel thing, and goes, points to the carriage.
I'll get in. I don't know what's happening.
The guard is just sitting there going, like, "What the actual fuck is that thing?"
I'll give the guard the kind of like, your guess is as good as mine look. Like, so I'll get in the carriage.
At that point, Robin gets into the top of the carriage and goes, like, going, "Hi ho, Silver, away!" And kind of like pulls a whip out and is like, whoosh, and the carriage just goes, "Yes." Off they go, following Miranda's. Jumping back to the present day, Toto and Cloud arrive at the outside of the orphanage on the back of the giant eagle.
Yep.
What do you do? Do you head inside straight away? Do you just miss the eagle? Do you keep the eagle flying about? What do you do?
Once we land, I sort of dismiss the eagle back to its demi-plane for the time being, and we head in to see where Elsbeth is.
Okay, you see the trail of blood that she tried to keep covered, but fresh load, and you assume the worst, but you head upstairs and you see her in Devlin's office being patched up, and he's going to make a medicine check to see if he can fix.
It's a
Nope,
+4 to his medicine, by the way.
that.
It's a +4 to his medicine.
It was a 4. I thought it was a 6. Sorry. Let me do that again.
Sorry?
I lost track of his character sheet and I was like, okay. Hmm. The
Ow.
distraction of having Cloud just kind of like bust into the office, assuming the words were total, with that bow draw, and he just kind of goes, "What?" And as he turns around in a panic, accidentally his hand slips and presses into the wound. Ouch! As he presses into it by accident, as opposed to kind of like keeping the area around of it nice and done for the stitches. It's painful.
Ow. Yo.
He immediately whips back and he goes, "Oh, sorry."
Maybe pay
You
attention
too.
when you've got a needle in me.
I'm sure that's not the first time you said that to somebody, but you two keep watch outside and don't disturb the kids, okay? Got this mostly handled.
He's lying. He doesn't have this handled. He just stabbed me.
Do you need a hand?
And if you're good at triage stuff, this would be. Yeah. And he steps away and goes, "If you take a gander at it, take a go.
Cloud sort of just looks at Toto to see if he knows anything about medicine.
Honestly, I feel like I should be doing this myself.
Good try. It's an option. I'll have a look at Total Sheet to see if he's got anything in medicine.
Nope, he's as good as me.
Well, man, at least I can try. He kind of waddles over and just like rolls his sleeves up and goes, "Sorry in advance," and has a go at it.
Cloud will help to give him an advantage.
Sorry, I rolled that too early. I'll roll it again. $14, not quite. That wound doesn't seem to be sealing itself up anytime soon. And with that note, as the pain was immediately starting to recede, Elspeth, you suddenly feel another jolt come through, and let's see. Six points necrotic damage. And again, you feel as if something's like trying to pry that wound open. A couple of the stitches even start to kind of go. What do y'all do?
Cloud sort of just turns to I can't remember his name, the old dude, and just Cloud probably forgot his name a little bit, and just goes, "You were doing a better job before we turned up. We'll make sure the kids don't disturb you, okay?" And sort of step back out the door.
Was just like hands covered in blood, going a bit pale, going.
I'll
This is.
prestidigitation his hands. Seeing him go pale, I'll just be like,
He's like, sorry, as he's walking out the room, still looking at his hands, going, I can still see it.
No wonder you like your steak burnt.
I don't do well with blood, man. I've only recently started to like killing people. Come on, fuck.
can I try and patch myself up?
You can try, yeah.
Nope.
No.
You can inspire yourself.
Not at
Everyone
this
will
level, I
try.
can't.
And he's just like, after seeing all this, he's like, take a big breath and houses this shit and just like, boom, 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 boom. Finally seals the wound, stops it, and you feel the whatever this thing was is starting to just like fade away.
Oh. See, I knew you were good at something.
At that point, you just feel like a little bit of like rolled up parchment just getting like thrown at you as if like good at a lot of things, as you
I
know.
would not know. Thank you.
And he sits tiredly back in his chair and goes, "So, What maddening menagerie of fuckery have you got up to this time?
Absolutely nothing. I was just walking down the street and randomly I started bleeding and I couldn't heal myself.
See him kind of almost like puzzled as he looks about the room and goes, "Hold on, wait." And puts his hand next to his ear. Goes, "Can you hear it?"
Okay, I'll play. Can I hear what?
The sound of all that bullshit coming out of your mouth and hitting the floor. Come on, dear. You know who you're talking to.
I do. You also know who you're talking to.
So either tell me what's going on, or at the very least, go and clean up the trail of blood that's coming down my stairs so the kids don't freak out.
Okay, fine. I will go and clean up, and I will walk and start casting prestidigitation to clean it all.
I'll say for the sake of brevity that as you walk out, you can just see like Cloud and Toto making faces at a bunch of nearby kids to try and keep them occupied whilst you're like using magic to like bang all these like blood drops everywhere.
Oh, Devlin, we really should teach the children to cast this. It would make cleaning the place so much easier for them.
That's child labour, as he just shouts in his office.
Do you mean you've changed your opinion from when I was a child? Because I'm pretty sure we always did the cleaning.
He pops out and goes, "They have to," and he air quotes, "volunteer." He kind of joke and just like smirks as he goes back into his office. And while you're doing that, we jump back to Copy in her earlier escapades. You follow Miranda to a familiar, yet I don't think Copy's ever actually been to Salvador's place.
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah, you accompanied Elizabeth there when she took Toto and Mecca.
Did you?
Oh, yes,
Did
yes,
she?
she did.
Yeah, she did. She did. Right, I just wanted to double check. It's like, oh yeah, it's familiar to you. You see Robin kind of going, "Ooh, is it one of those kind of evenings we're gonna have now?" And he kind of like changes outfit to like something a little more dapper and goes, I'm a genie after all."
We're just listening.
He kind of just goes like, "Oh, okay, I get it," and gets like two little brass plates out of nowhere and just kind of just like turns it into like one of the little hearing horns you see people with and goes, "I'm listening."
Just be quiet. Let's see what they're saying.
See this red-skinned tiefling step out and just be like all greeting and like open arms, and then next thing you know, you just see like Miranda Deckham right in front of the house. And make a perception check to see if you can hear what she's actually saying to him as he's on the deck.
19. Sorry, I rolled with advantage, but it's a natural. Sorry, 18. Natural 18.
18. You're catching bits of the conversation. It's essentially, "Stay away from my daughter, you miserable, devilish bastard." And then she walks back off to her carriage. With the last bit kind of going, "You're in a position of privilege in this city, and it's only because you've helped me before that I'm letting you carry on with your activities," in air quotes. "Cross me again, and I'll behead you, you snivelling bitch." And walks off. You see Salvador get up with like a bruised cheek, just like, "Ow, ow, oh, tender."
Her
Just as he's about to
daughter.
walk in, you see a little familiar looking short brown hair girl with freckles kind of come out with like an ice pack and just like press it against his face, and he kind of gives her that sort of like, "Thank you, no, don't make a scene, don't make a scene, shoot back inside."
This is all very interesting, but I don't know anything about any. But okay. Her daughter. I'll wait for Miranda to leave. and then I'll see if I can have a quick chat with Salvador.
Miranda's carriage then goes back the way it came. At which point Robin's kind of looking, going, "Well, that was entertaining. Defeat by technical knockout," and just and you just hear like an echo of a crowd just going ding ding ding. Way!
Oh God, you talk way too much. Right. So what is it that you actually do? Can you do whatever I want you to do?
You've got me. He pulls up the little contraption again and goes, "For another 50 minutes."
And in this 50 minutes, what can I ask you to do?
And he
Anything?
looks up there and goes, "Well, if you're looking for that," and he points to Salvador's place. I mean, you're nice and all, but yeah, I'm not that kind of slave.
Well, you said anything for the next 50 minutes, so and I
Throws
need
a bit of
money.
parchment from his back pocket and reads it and goes, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah," and just puts it back and disappears. I suppose I could take one for all for my fellow fruity. Yep, take one for the team. And kind of just winces as he's getting closer to you, just jokingly like, "Okay, do it."
Um,
Opens one eye, just like, "If you're gonna do it,
just,
I will not have to say at the city shields where you touch me."
just sit there. And with my no, would I be able to tell based on kind of having conversation with him so far that his connection with the lamp? And like, would I be able to, like he says, so I can request anything I want, but is there kind of like a limit to it? Would I be able to kind of tell this, or do I have to just ask him? I should
You
just
can
ask
ask him
him.
to clarify whether he'll tell you or not. It's up to him.
Yeah, I'll kind of ask him. So, what can I and can I not request you to do?
Kind of thinks about it and goes, "You can give me sort of general commands," quote in air quotes. Is like, "Well, go over there, do this within reason." Yeah, gives you that sort of like real intense sort of finger wagging, like within reason.
What's reason?
For like 1 hour, then I boop back into that lamp, and you get another couple of tries at it. Then I'm free. It does a little spin. So, what do you want me to do?
So if I told you to go and kill him, would you be able to do that?
At that point, kind of eye rolls and goes, "Okay, okay, I suppose." And he gets the scimitar, and he like,
So there is no limit.
"Oh, there are limits." It's like I said, you give me just, kind of just shrugs a little bit, going, "Small print, come on."
What's the limit?
Was it tiny little reading glasses out of no one goes, pulls out the little contract thing in his back pocket. 45 minutes. If you want me to keep reading this thing for this to terms and conditions for your personal affinity, then I can oblige. But would you rather not me doing things for you?
I rather you tell me what I can and can't do, and then I can determine.
Essentially, see whatever the limits of the spell command can do, or the ability command can do. That's what you can do with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Not just saying command me. It's literally command him.
Okay.
Go there, kill this, do that, lift object. No one gets past you. That kind of stuff.
Right.
In the impression though that he's kind of doing a lot of clock watching as you're doing stuff, so he's like, that's nearly like 42 minutes. Am I doing this or not?
No. I'll walk in. I'll say just stay with me. Be as quiet as possible. And
There's
when
the
I
whole
ask,
sort of gesture of like zipping himself shut and just like,
cool. I'll go in.
You go in, you see once you go to double stage door thing, there's like obviously people just lounging about almost as if it's like chill atmosphere. There's people serving up drinks and certain like entertainment's been put on display. The usual kind of things you see in a very high class establishment like this.
Can I see Salvador?
He is nowhere to be seen.
Um, he was the host, wasn't he? If I remember correctly.
Yes, this is his establishment.
Can I like go to the bar and just ask for him?
Okay, barman's kind of like, he's in his office right now, and I don't think he might be disturbed. There are plenty of other people who can probably attend to your needs.
No, I specifically require him. Where is his office?
At that point, the barkeep kind of slinks back and goes, "Why are you looking for him?"
He's an acquaintance. He knows me.
Do you still look like Elspeth at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just that he's just making sure. It's like, okay, make a deception check, obviously with advantage because you're going to pass yourself off.
26.
He just looks at him and goes, "Okay." I just thought it was a bit odd that you asked where his office is when you knew the last time, but I guess you've been busy. And
Listen, I'm busy. I don't really keep track of everyone's offices. I've already forgotten your name. I didn't even like so, you know your place.
Oh,
Does he actually show me?
he just kind of just points down the hall and just goes, "Office is the third door on the left."
Thank you. I'll make sure he doesn't fire you any days. And then I'll saunter off.
Okay, as you're approaching, you just see the door open, his office, and the short brown hair girl with the freckles comes out and just kind of is, oh, excuse me, and just kind of bumps past you.
I'll give her a quick glance up and down, register her, and then go in.
So at that point, Robin kind of goes, "Nice kid."
I said, shut up.
Oh, right, sorry. And he kind of puts a little padlock on his side.
I know who Salvador is, right? Because I met him. Or I've seen
Briefly,
him.
yeah, and it was not usually you doing the talking, but you kind of get the idea that he's the guy who owns this establishment.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of waltz in and say, so what was that about?
At that point, he spins around in his chair and sees you and goes, "Funny. I was about to ask you that same question, given our prior discussion."
Which one is that?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Elspeth. Don't play coy. Not with the day I'm having.
I have so many conversations with so many people. I don't remember all of them.
Really? Because this was a very particular one that you started.
Yeah, I think the memory's being a bit shaky recently. While I have you, quick question.
That'll be a first, and he kind of gives you a cheeky wink.
Did you see where my worthless group of party members are? I seem to have lost them in this city.
I wonder. You're sitting there going, "I know where one of them was up until very recently."
Really? Which one?
Gestures, kind of the hand going down to about kind of waist height, and goes, "That one."
Oh, the trouble one. Where was he? I've been trying to wrangle him in for the last couple of days.
Let me think. And he kind of goes, "I think I had a note of it somewhere," and he goes into his desk. And there's a big moment, he's rummaging about in his desk for a moment, occasionally taking a peek out, going, "Just a minute. I don't think I've placed it in the right place where I usually keep it." and suddenly you hear Robin kind of go, "Hey, hands off!" And you just turn around and there's like two guards holding Robin at the moment. Salvador then emerges back up with a crossbow and goes, well, a hand crossbow and goes, "Who are you? Because you're not Elspeth."
I am offended by the accusation. But you're right, I'm not Elspeth. I'll switch to Elizabeth's look. But I am looking for her.
You and me both.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he gets up from his seat and starts walking over.
What did she do
Just
this
kind of
time?
comes up and just again eyeing you up and down and goes, "I think I know who. I remember you."
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Miranda won't be very happy. Even, and he kind of, with his other hand, kind of nurses the bruise a little bit in his face. He goes, "Even after our little misunderstanding, won't be very happy to hear that you're still running around in this city, sneaking into establishments, pretending to be other people, and getting rather close to the upper echelons in knife wielding distance after your last little debacle. I think she'll be coming back, giving me a kiss on this cheek, and dealing with you once and for all. Unless we can come to some sort of arrangement," and comes back and sits on his desk. Don't you agree?
I can spend the next God knows how long lying my way into telling you why you should and shouldn't do things. But to be honest, that's a grudge neither you nor Miranda will ever fulfill. She's dead. I saw her die. So you can either accept the reality that Elspeth is no longer worthy of holding a grudge, or you can help me find where her group is and I can make sure they don't die. Or kill them, whichever one you prefer.
A deception check with disadvantage.
Am I deceiving?
Poppy really thinks she's dead. Last thing Poppy saw was her teleporting
Yeah.
herself away.
But it's a 16 either ways.
You might not have seen her die, but you're still kind of like try to bullshit. So I think perception would probably the better option. So sorry, I'll go for that.
Persuasion.
Details, blurry. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean, I can keep the deception check, or my persuasion is the same, so you can just keep it as a 16 if you want.
It was the same. He says and goes, "Not dead." So right there and there, my lady, you've pretty much signed your own warrant here, unless, of course, we can come to an arrangement.
Listen, I don't actually know you, but I've got no arguments with you. I'm still trying to come to terms with her leaving me. But you can do me a favor and let me know where her group is. And maybe I can go and find them. You know, I mean, we can spend the rest of the night arguing, and I'll be honest with you. You can either end up dead, or I'll end up dead. One of the two is gonna happen.
I know which it will be more likely to occur.
You're
And
right. You will die, and I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it. But
at that point, the kind of look in his face kind of goes from ha 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 to
but to be honest, I don't want to kill you. I have no reason to kill you. The reason I was dressed up as her is because she's known in the city, and it'll give me a better opportunity to find out stuff about her, or at least where her group is. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So you can either help me, or I'll just walk away from here. Either ways, this isn't happening today.
He points at Robin and goes, "How did you get him here?" I already know the answer, so if you bullshit me, I'm definitely going to make sure this doesn't go your way.
To be honest, I got involved with some interesting people who I will eventually kill, and I stole this from them. Next thing I know, this thing is popped out, and to be honest, he's the bane of my life. But at the moment, he's the only friend I have, so I'm keeping him around.
From behind you, Robin's just kind of just like, I don't know, just shrugging and just like hands up, going, I don't know what's going on here either. Tal'dor thinks for a moment and kind of goes, "I'll tell you what. We'll wait for him to go back into where the whatever thingamajig you just pulled him out of." And he'll hold his hand out and goes, "And then it goes here. Then I'll help you find the others."
So holds his hand out as in basically he's saying he wants it.
Yes.
What do you intend to do with him?
Oh, I don't know. Let me list all the reasons of. I believe the top of my list would be Nanya.
See, again, we come to the same problem. I don't trust you.
Coming
And
from the
you
one
are-
who impersonated an acquaintance of mine and walked straight into my office. Someone who's been known to do so in least opportune places before. So if you're talking about trust, you're on. I don't even think they're especially a thin ice. No, 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 no. Shh. You
I
don't
can
get.
change into people, and you have issues over that. So does Miranda. So does everyone else. Write me a book. I've been doing it for years and decades. You're not going to be the first one.
Yeah,
So
and you don't see a problem with that, sweetheart, then you're probably missing the point of why people get pissy about it. You're talking about trust? You impersonate people. Get close to others. Uncomfortably close.
and
Maybe you need to think about that in future before you come in here and try and pull in a fast one. Don't kill a kidder. Now, give it 24 hours. Hand me whatever he came out of, and I'll help you find your friends. Air quoting as he says friends.
So I take it you want me to wait here until he's disappeared.
At that point, he goes, "I can have one of the upstairs rooms prepared for you. Make your stay as comfortable as one of my, as possible as one of my guests.
That would be nice.
In the meantime, any sort of trouble, you are leaving this establishment in a body bag. That's fair rules, considering."
That's fun. I'll walk out. I'll head towards where he suggested my room would be.
Okay, well, that's all dealt with. We go back, jumping forward to our trio of rather shaken up misfits as they're sitting again in Dendron's office now, just a bit confused as to what happened. You're in the city less than a day and already you're getting involved in shit, possibly. Dendron's just like coming back after dealing with one of the kids and just goes, "So, what now?" One of you walk around the street corner and get set on fire, or is someone gonna turn into a freaking tree and just become a public attraction? What's your game plan here?
Knowing our luck, we'll walk around the corner and end up in a different plane, because that's what happened last time.
At that point, you get them raising an eyebrow, like, huh?
I have a feeling, Cloud and Toto, that we should potentially leave, because I would hate to drag whatever trouble we have got ourselves into here. I know this one, head shaking, indicating towards Devon, can more than look after himself. However, children are a little bit less capable.
Yeah, that's fair enough, my dear. As long as you're feeling up to getting out of it.
So. Nothing a good sleep won't cure, I'm sure. Although I could
Yeah,
also
then.
try this, and I'm gonna attempt to cast Cure Wounds on myself, which I do still have as a bard. So.
Go, you cast Cure Wounds.
And as I do it, I will look really confused at my hands and go, that feels different.
As instead of the usual kind of like cleric infused magics that you would have got with it, it's more like a very subtle tune is playing in the back of your head as the arcane forces start to kind of patch up the wound. 12 hit points. No, 17? 12? I'm not sure. There's
17.
gonna
I cast
17,
it at level 2.
Yeah, okay. I'm just seeing numbers and I'm just like, I'm confused.
Now I've got to try and do maths in my head. Yeah.
At that point, Total's kind of going, if you're feeling up for it, we can go back to the inn. We can always get a late night snack and really piss off that chef again. Kind of just nodding at you, going, cheer you up a bit.
Might be a good idea.
He's a fine chef.
Oh, don't get me wrong. You made an effort. I don't know why, but the universe is making me just go screw with this guy. And I answered. Man.
Well, you are the big D.
I'm right. I am. He kind of just puts his like shoulders back and just like, damn right.
Come on then, let's get out of here. Leave these good people in peace.
So you guys leave. Everything just say when you're getting to the bottom of the stairs, ready to walk out, and goes, now try not to get into too much trouble, and if you ever need me, I'm here. And with that, hi Sam.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, Sam?
Hey.
Toto has joined the party.
Whoop whoop.
Cool. Someone catch him up while DM goes AFK for a sec.
So, Elspeth almost bled to death. Ended up running to her orphanage where Devon patched her up. And that's currently where we're leaving now because you and Cloud turned up there as well. Copy has been making mischief in Westrun. I think she found a genie lamp, summoned a genie, walked into Salvador's dressed as Elspeth, which went down as well as a lead weight. And right now she's making a deal with him. And I think that's pretty much it.
So Cobby's still in Westrun.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you guys just left me.
Didn't even care. Didn't even bother looking.
That's just a bit
We
hurtful.
got moved straight onto the stake.
We not only did we leave without you, we left and then celebrated with steak and wine.
I know, just hurtful.
Well, truth be told, We celebrated with steak and wine. Toto celebrated with charcoal and wine.
Delicious.
Just the idea of having a charcoal burnt steak, it's actually infuriating.
I'm thinking about buying a cookbook to give to that gnome when we live.
Oh
Yes.
god.
Present.
Elspeth's got to come back to this city at some point. I would like to point out.
Well, maybe you'll come back to a fantastic chef next time.
Maybe I'll just bring my own.
Hi, back.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Toto almost fainted at the sight of blood. He tried to help patch Elspeth up, got blood on his hands, and basically freaked out.
That sounds about right. That's why he
Yeah,
likes his steaks so overcooked.
Which is exactly what Cloud said. But yeah, I think we're pretty much caught up. Scott.
Cool. So, as you guys make the long walk back to the inn, everyone's a bit freaked out, but the initial chaos is all disbanded. And I think you guys possibly long rest, or if you want to do anything before doing so, night snack maybe.
Well enough today. I've eaten enough, I think.
Before I go to sleep, I'm going to pull out another couple of my threads and sit there and try and enchant them.
Make an Arcana check, please.
Oh, there is one thing I want to do.
Sorted. They're well on their way to be finished. Is that Sam?
I want to get Cloud to open up that notebook that we found in
Yeah.
Toto's brother's hidden compartment.
It's locked, so if you make me
These tools.
Are we all just
These
having a
tools, yeah.
gathering in Cloud's room? Well, Cloud Mouse's room.
Yeah, definitely. We're all gonna sneak a peek at his diary.
27, no fucking effort at all. You even just kind of like jokingly just put like a cat claw out and go, "Hey guys, watch this." Put it behind your back and then just go, "Ta-da," and just show the book off.
One of you two is gonna have to read this unless you want to wait all day for me to decipher it.
Cloud starts sort of like flicking through, having a general nosy at what exactly it is.
So, first couple of pages are all generally just like journal entries. There's a couple of like little scribbles and kind of bits of paper parchment shoved in with like designs for like various swords and maces that he was coming up with. Just nothing too extravagant, just more like, yeah, if I make it a little bit kind of more angular here or this or that there, and it's like more aesthetic flourishes to while keeping the weapons practical. Then there's a few notes on different materials. How you get to another page, couple pages in, there's a little bit of paper falls out, and it's the various names of all the, shall we say, artists that he keeps on tap. Okay, maybe pocket
Take a
that.
special note for that.
Special note in that. There'll be of his Marsus. Then you go a couple pages deeper, and then you notice that there's a little symbol in the corner that Cloud recognizes immediately as the Myriad kind of general logo or branding, along with notes of certain of chemical compositions and little scribble notes of what looks like a long tube with a triggering mechanism on it, and immediately recognizes it as black powder weaponry, or at the very least primitive, but still usable early firearms. It would appear that Toto's brother has expanded into a complete new line of business and is selling them to the Myriad.
Ooh. Is the alchemical equation parts actually how to make gunpowder?
Yep.
Cloud definitely sort of takes that part of the page out and puts it in his pocket.
Pockets that. I'm assuming you're going to tell people why, because all they're seeing you is just pocketing bits of paper at this guy's notebook.
Some pretty pictures in there, Cloud dear.
Very.
On the back
Well.
of the Mercedes one, there's like a little doodle of like almost 1930s style pin-up of a tabaxi.
Female or male tabaxi?
It's one of those ones that if you look at it like from a certain side up, it looks like a female one, then you turn it upside down, it's a male one. There's like two.
Oh, good God.
I don't know why I picked tabaxi, but fuck it, why not?
Oh dear. Well, Cloud will finish just like flicking through, picking out the useful things for himself, and then go. Well, the least of his problems will be his wife once she finds out about his extracurricular activities. The big issue is, and he'll flip the book around and point at the little symbol in the corner and go, this is his connection to the myriad.
Shit. That's pretty deep.
Is that the people whose leaders we killed over in Stillben, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, that's them. And not only they seem to be working or doing some work with them, for them, generally for them, knowing them, but he'll flick the page over and show them the bog standard sketch of the handgun or flintlock, basically. He is trying to make some very interesting weapons now.
Him and Elizabeth would get along.
What do we do with this information? Do you think it's worth pressing him on this information? Maybe trying to figure out who he's dealing to?
Oh, yes, this is well, I know a few people who would definitely pay good money for this information. Knowing the myriad, not only are moving around in Tal'dorei, but are using someone in the main capital to make these weapons is definitely valuable information.
Well, I mean, you're pretty well connected. Do you want to take this to somebody before we go back and get my bow tomorrow? Maybe
Yeah,
try and sell some of this information off?
I can do. Depends on how much you care about your brother, his wife, and generally anybody directly connected to him.
He's kind of an asshole, but I don't really want to put his head on the chopping block. They're sending shit in the post, and then there's potentially getting him killed. So,
Which, going down this line, well, if we don't go down the right line, the myriad will kill him to hide their secrets. The class will kill him to make sure he stops working for the myriad. The myriad would kill him if he starts working for the class, so on and so forth. and such.
And basically, he's put himself in a sticky situation. At some point, he's going to get caught.
Oh,
Hey-o.
be
Because
damned.
by the looks of it, he's not very intelligent.
Well, here's a half pint.
You are very intelligent. You just don't think you are.
Cloud sort of standing behind Toto, sort of like with his hand tilting either side, like, eh.
You are getting the worst dirty look from Elspeth. It's like, fuck's sake.
What if we make a copy of this information? That way, it's kind of insurance on his life because there'll always be more evidence. What if we make a copy and then we send it to somebody? Because then the myriad won't just kill him because there'll be another copy out there. So they'll have to get hold of somebody else.
Would it be worthwhile, instead of handing the information over to the clasp, potentially handing it over to the guards?
I don't know, man. Firearms are a pretty big deal, right? Like, that could just be giving him a prison sentence.
Yeah, possibly prison sentence, but realistically, with the boom in firearms at the minute, the guards might relinquish the prison sentence for I can't quite remember the word, but a bit of servitude for the council. He makes them weaponry, and he gets to be still generally a free man.
As much as Mr. Girolo thinks he can control the rest of the world from creating the things he designed, his influence is limited if given the right opportunity.
Fuck. I don't know what to do with this information. Maybe we just give it back to him and let him dig himself out of his own hole.
Unfortunately, people like your brother, in the hole he's in, it's only gonna go one way.
Wait, did he say that his wife was in Whitestone?
Yes, he did.
Maybe she's in on it as well, and she's trying to find out more about Mr. Girolo's guns, firearms, black powder things.
Fuck's sake.
Does that sound like her?
Honestly, if you worded it right, yeah, she could easily go along with something like that, I reckon. And then maybe she's just on holiday.
Odd place to go on holiday.
Yeah, I know. Wishful thinking,
Well,
isn't it?
in more recent years, it has become not so much a tourist spot, but it has been getting a lot more visitors through other means that have popped up over the years, like the recent Tinkering Festival that Percival kind of hosts, along with the Bear Festival that Vexalia hosts, are pretty popular in Tal'dorei these days.
Still,
Okay.
it's not exactly Darlin's Closet.
Not exactly like the Ritz or like Miami, but people go now. It's got more foot traffic, despite the fact that it's got the lingering legacy of a certain couple still occasionally haunting their every move. Plus, it's got a very awesome tree. Who doesn't want to visit, Whitestone and go to the Sun Tree at least once? Come on, anyone in Tal'dorei would.
I super considered taking Talk to Plants when I rejigged Elspeth. But I was like, that's so not her.
Yeah. I definitely think we should do something with this. I'm just not sure what.
Well,
Maybe we just put it in a box and just send it away. That way, he doesn't know where it is. The Myriad don't know where it is. The Clasp don't know where it is. I mean, surely the Myriad aren't going to kill him if they don't know where their information is.
Well, how? Yeah, exactly. How about I spend some time attempting to make a copy, or at least writing down all the pertinent information in the book. You sleep on it, decide what you want to do in the morning. But meanwhile, we'll have at least a copy of the important information.
I just don't want any of us to kind of become a target now.
We
You know what I
already
mean?
are
And I'm
targets.
true. True. All right. I'm gonna leave you to it, and I'm gonna go and sleep in the stables.
You sure you don't want somewhere more comfortable?
The stables are plenty comfortable, thank you.
Say hello to Clover for me.
Will do.
The sables just means the chef can stab you easier.
Well, I'll let him try. I give him a 5-second head start on the fight.
Have a good evening, my friend.
You too, both of you, and then I'll just kind of click, like, finger guns, winky face. Just slide on out.
Cool. So Toto goes back to his spot in the stables. Do Cloud and Elspeth want to do anything before you guys take a long rest? Bearing in mind this is a Christian channel and that certain things will not be, discussed openly.
This is a Christian channel.
That's the single biggest piece of bullshit I've said this
I was
whole
gonna say-
campaign so far.
Which one of us is actually fucking Christian? I'm probably the closest because I was Christian up until the age of 18.
I'm like the furthest point from Christian. So yeah, Cloud just starts pulling out of his haversack like a whip, some chains.
Elspeth will go, I would like to remind you I was injured, it's still not properly healed. Maybe something a little less exciting this evening, huh?
Nah, I'm joking. Cloud will probably just make sure you're comfortable and rested, and probably go while you're probably copying the diary. He'll be memorizing the formula that he's just grabbed.
Cool. I'll say it'll be more of a case of us and just like reading over it once and going, yeah, I know that. It's gonna be a case of just ingraining that shit in your mind, the exact formulation and amounts. Say it'll give you take a couple nights to study it to get it just right before you can make your own gunpowder.
Cool. So he'll probably spend like an hour or so doing that, then probably an hour doodling on his other work, and then go to sleep.
Before Cloud goes to sleep, Elspeth will indicate her glasses and go, I know you went exploring on the gift ship. I meant to ask this a little while ago. Did you find anything? I know neither of us or none of us can read gift. Did you find anything that these may be useful for? Indicating the glasses that allow us to read any language.
One moment while I check my character sheet. I don't believe so, unless I'm forgetting something, or I haven't written it down.
I think you may have forgotten something because I believe there was maps of Exandria on the wall that there was GIF writing on. That I think you took. Or I've got noted that you took.
Yes, I did. That's correct. Sorry, you are right. So saying that, Cloud would probably just like rummage around in the haversack, sort of like, what did I remember that as? And then start pulling out the paperwork and the maps and everything and have a quick look over it.
I will pass him
See
the
if he can
maps.
work anything out on that part.
There are. It'll probably take you a bit of studying to kind of figure out what all the gibberish written on it might be clear in terms of, oh, I can read this in common, but it's all nonsense all written over it, if you know what I mean. So try to decipher useful information from all the scribbling on it and what each marking on location would mean is again going to take a little bit of, okay, without a reference point or a hint to go on, this all just looks like gibberish, even with it translated into common. So again, it'll be one of those ones that will take a little bit of time before you get the full answer.
Well, I'll spend probably a little bit of time having a look over that. Start getting a bit of a headache and just go, nope, I'm not going down that road again. And I'm going to sleep and crash out.
You guys go for your long rest. Let's go back to Salvador's place and see how our dynamic duo are getting on.
Am I in my room now?
As you're in the room, you've still got Robin for, at this point, will be another 10 minutes.
You said that after a while you disappear.
That's right. I go back into the, it points to the lamp.
And then what happens?
Well, generally that stop will be pretty tight for the next 24 hours, and then you get another pull of the bottle. Then same again. A third pull of the bottle. Same again. On the fourth, freedom.
And what does that mean to you?
It almost like deflated, kind of goes, what do you mean?
What does freedom mean to you?
I
To be
mean
free.
freedom, as in I don't need to go back in the bottle.
And if you were set free, what would you do?
He genuinely looks perplexed and goes, I haven't actually really thought that far ahead. And he kind of sits back in that, like, one of the really comfy, almost beanbag like chairs. Starts nomming at a fruit basket that's sitting next to him. I haven't thought that far ahead. I'm just going to start eating grapes.
You said he'd had 10 minutes left?
He's got 10 minutes left, yeah.
You've got 5 minutes to think about it and give me an answer.
He nods along, going, okay, fair enough. Starts eating more grapes.
I'll wait for him to give me an answer.
He goes, probably go home. That's the first thing I have to do. Probably go home.
And if someone wanted to free you before then, before the fourth use?
Well, I'll just have to wait until the fourth use then, because once that stopper's pulled out, it's tick, 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 boom, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you don't really make a compelling case for anything. But you're free to go. I will use my last 5 minutes to grant you freedom from your servitude.
I need to be. There's a set number of times it has to be done first, kiddo. That's how it works. That's how these little bastard things work. He points to the lamp.
What happens if I destroy it?
General looks confused. I don't know what would happen if you destroy the bottle beforehand. I'd assume I'd get out, but
Do you want to give that a go?
make a persuasion check.
Surely with advantage. I'm trying to set this guy free.
Yeah, but you're also giving them the risk that this might not work the way you think it does.
True.
You might destroy that lamp, and he might just go. But with 23, he's like, if you want to risk it, yeah,
It's-
hides behind a couch almost, and kind of goes, "Go
it's-
ahead."
It's not for me to risk it. It's whether what you want to do, because I sure as hell will not give this to him, like gesturing towards where Salvador's office. But having been a prisoner myself, I know what the value of freedom is. So if you want it, I can grant you freedom, but it's up to you.
Oh, what are you gonna use to try and get rid of the lamp?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Well, what are you gonna use to try and get rid of the lamp?
I can maybe use some poison.
The lamp. Poison ain't gonna work on the lamp.
Oh shit. Uh. Hmm. I can maybe use some magic force on it. If I maybe put it through the funnel, it might destroy it from the inside out.
Certainly try.
So you're okay with me doing this, Robin?
I got to lose.
All right then. So I'll poke my finger in through the to the flute, and I've got I've got 6 spell slots. I'll just dump all 6 of them using magic missile inside it, just to kind of blow it up from the inside out.
You put his finger inside and feel the bottle rattling about, rattling about, rattling about. The top of the lamp actually opens up, and you see like one of the magic missiles just flies out and hits like a nearby vase. But Robin's like trying to piece it back together and goes, "It's all right. I can fix it. I can fix it." It would appear that it has not destroyed the lamp.
Robin, how would I destroy the lamp? You've lived in it. You should know.
Shrugs. I have no idea.
Hold on. I've got my smithing tools. Would I be able to make a small fire? Or
A small,
if there's
small
like
fire?
yeah, or if there's like a chimney fireplace.
Oh, fire pit, yeah.
If there's a fire burning, I just want to chuck it in there, see what happens.
Chuck it in. It just sits in the fire.
God damn it, this is hard to break.
At what point the Afriti sits back and goes, "You know, I'm a fire genie, and you've just chucked my lamp into the fire."
Well, god damn it, you know you're being useful. I don't know what these things work. I don't do stuff with magic.
You know, I got trapped in the fucking thing. What do you expect me to do? If I knew
I
how to
com-
get out of the damn thing, I'd have got out ages ago.
I command you
I
to
just know the
break your
rules.
lamp. I command you to break your lamp.
I think there's a bit of, probably a sub category or some shit to stop me from doing this, but I can try. Gets
Well,
the scimitar out and goes, "I'm guessing I can do this," and just smacks it. And the lamp just goes across the room, just like ding, 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 ding.
So, quick question. Did I use all my spell slots or was it just the one magic missile?
You said just you dumped them all in, so you dumped them all in.
Fuck. This is frustrating. You know what? There's a window there, right? No, I can move freely. I'm just gonna try to walk out.
Go to the window, open it up, and as you try and open the window, you realise can't open the window.
No, as in, could I not just walk out the main door?
Just walk out the room.
Yeah.
As you're about to walk out the room, you see the door open, and go the short brown hair with the freckles just standing like, oh, she holds up like a tray of just like refreshments and little hors d'oeuvres.
Is this the girl?
There you go, yeah.
Um, sorry, I didn't catch your name.
She pulls a bit of loose hair back and goes, it's Adria, miss.
Adria, can you help me with something? Sorry. Um, I just want to step outside. Is there a way you can help me?
He looks over her shoulder and sees two of the guards kind of just give a casual wave. And like, sorry, but
Mhm.
and the house has spoken.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you, Adria. Your dad mentioned you guys knew the kind of pointing, like kind of measuring of total size. That my friend who's like there. Do you
You
know
see
where he
the
went?
expression in her face just sharply change from like mildly happy to just like negative.
Oh, so you do know him.
Silence for a moment and she kind of goes, I'll just put this tray over here, and she puts the tray down and starts to walk out.
If you want, I can kill him for you. All you have to do
Just
is
keeps
get me out of
walking.
here. Damn, tough crowd today. I'll go back into my room and just kind of, yeah.
Okay, the literal like last couple of minutes for Robin.
Robin, I wanted to help you, but I don't know how to do it. If you can give me some idea of how to destroy your lamp or how to set you free, I can try, but I can't help you if I don't know how to do it.
Well, if you can give me a bit of time to think about it, and you can just see the lamp kind of start to produce smoke. It's to swirl around Robin's feet, and he's like, "Ah, fuck, not again." Well, till after tomorrow, I guess, kiddo. And he goes back into the lap.
Cool. And I will go to sleep.
Just face planted bed going off for fuck's sake. Just so long rest for everybody.
Yeah. I need my spell slots back.
I need my health back. I went down to 14 hit points there.
Like grid points. Good. Oh, it's for
So
short rest.
it is the next day. We're completely different time zones. This is going to be weird. We'll continue on with what Copy's up to, and there's a gentle rapping at the door, just like ding, ding, ding.
I'll get up and answer it.
Just one of the other employees that's going, sorry to disturb you so early, madam, but the master of the house would like to speak to you regarding business.
Okay, let's go.
He said something about make sure you bring it with you. I don't know what that meant.
Yeah, give me a moment.
Okay, but I wouldn't want to keep him waiting.
He will wait for me. Do not worry. Fuck. Could I cast invisibility on that item and throw it No, can I just cast invisibility on the item and just keep it in like a back pocket? Try to hide
Sure.
it.
Visibility on the lamp, and back pocket it goes.
And then can I also yeah, and then going to the room, I'm just gonna have a bit of a limp going.
Okay, as you're doing the limp, as you're walking through, you just hear someone in the opposite end going, "Someone had a good night, way!"
Mm.
In the corridor, eventually getting to the door leading to Salvador's office.
Yeah, I'll go in.
You go in, and he's sitting at his desk with three people standing in front of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just walk in. I'll wait for them to kind of turn around.
They don't initially turn until eventually Salvador goes, "Ah, and here she is here." And they turn around, and you see from right to left a young woman with like fairly sun-kissed skin with black hair turned up into a ponytail.
Mm.
A short, stout fellow with a big white beard and a nice big tall hat.
Mm.
Seems to be sitting with a pile of biscuits, enjoying himself. The last one is a young man with like raggedy looking hair, small little hat, vest top, and kind of just like maybe not in the best of dress. Like looks like he's been through the dirt, rolled through the dirt a couple of times. And goes, "Ah, here's the good Samaritan here from Tal'dorei." And goes, "Have the item as you speak." But they all recognize you and go, "That's the one that stole it." At which point Salvador gets up and kind of sticks between his own and goes, "No, no." Puts his hand on Coffee's shoulder, brings her coat right around and goes, "My associate here was not acting on her own will. However, situation and gods," he looks up and goes, "whether they be up or below, had managed to intervene. They came to their senses." And he leans back and goes, "And are now going to return the lamp."
Who am I returning the lamp to? I don't know these people. I didn't steal anything from them.
At which point the little fellow who's sitting with the biscuit goes, "Yes, you did. You stole the lamp off us."
No, I stole the lamp of a group of individuals called Jafar and Iago.
As soon as you mention their names, everyone, that little trio, just kind of go, "Ah," even their names still bring up. It's like, every freaking time we turn our backs, they try and steal the freaking lamp. We almost had them free, and then they stole it again.
I mean, I do intend to kill them eventually, so.
A shotgun, okay, that's a bit much. Jail would probably, do them.
No.
At which point Salvador steps in and goes, "Okay, what happens to these like dastardly individuals is not for us to decide." And at that point, he can give us a subtle jab to like copy back, going, "But yes, but the lamp."
I lost it.
I suppose, don't toy with me. Give them the lamp.
Who are they that I'm going to give them the lamp to? As you clearly had an interest in the lamp yesterday. What is the lamp?
The three individuals in front of you are just kind of looking at each other, kind of going, "It belongs to us."
Well, I gather
Whatever means you got made to steal it from us via those two pricks, we would like it now back.
But what does it mean to you to have the lamp?
Okay, now they're starting to get a little bit cross. You're going, "It is our property. It has great sentimental value." And the third one kind of goes, "And the being trapped in it deserves better."
You're right. He does deserve better than being trapped in a lamp his whole life.
So kindly hand it over and we'll get him out. That's everything we've got close to getting him out. Those two pricks steal the lamp.
Then you need to improve your security.
At that point, the young lady with the ponytail just kind of sits back, just going, I really wish I brought him along. He'd be chewing at her leg right now. We'd just be dealing with it. At which point, Ellen goes, no, we can deal with this civil. We don't need to be dealing with.
You want something from me, but you've never even introduced yourself. I don't know who you guys are.
Maybe say it. You know who these fucking people are, do I really need to say it out fucking loud?
Took me a second to work it out as well, to be honest. That's a sad thing.
I'm already risking copyright strikes left, right, and centre on this thing. Can we not push
Risking.
this envelope?
Risking, he says.
As long as you
Yeah,
don't
but
start
that, I mean, I'm
singing the
walking about
tune,
with
it's
a Who
fine.
t-shirt in front of Disney's like
Ah.
firing squad, going, "Come on at me here." But anyway, they're insisting that they hand over the lamp.
I set him free. He was a prisoner. He didn't deserve to be a slave.
They're all face palming, going, "What do you think we're trying to do here?"
I don't have a clue.
At that point, I can see the spirit of a particular dragonborn with a little clipboard just going, "Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set him free. What you want to do is set him free. But the lamp belongs to us, so we're going to set him free for you. There you go, you hand over lamp, and we let him out." Underline the last bit. All being the work of like major image
You said-
being done
you-
by the lady with the ponytail. She's like, "Yeah, this is how I'm going to explain it to you." With a
What was
particular
his-
red dragonborn just like on a chalkboard doing this all out like math.
What was his name again? I don't remember his name. Because he never mentioned you guys at all.
I jumped to the other group. Yeah, it is morning.
Elspeth has already been awake for a good couple of hours.
So she's up bright and early as always.
Elves.
You hear the birds outside all chirping away. The occasional little howl of Clover as she's like chasing about in the garden at the back. Whether Toto is woken up by that or still like face down in the pile of hay, it's up to him.
He's probably waking up, but not woken up.
Can I check?
What do you guys wish to do in this fine morning?
Can I check to see if my wound is gonna scar or if it's properly healing now that we've kind of stopped the bleeding?
It's a very, well, not very noticeable, but you know what I mean. It's like there is a scar,
Oh,
very thin,
fantastic.
but as soon as you take a look, you go, "Yep, that's a mark."
Oh, great. Oh well. I will just potter until Cloud wakes up.
Cloud probably just laying there watching you look at your scar and everything.
Well, that's what I needed.
Well, it's just another part of the story.
True. I wandered off by myself like an idiot. Got myself cornered by a man like an idiot. And got myself stabbed like an idiot. Great part of the story, that one.
Just depends on how you say it. Come now, you're a bard. You should be able to spin your tales beautifully.
You would think.
Oh well, we've got much business to do, and we need to find out what Toto has decided. How did you get on with copying that book?
All the important stuff is now over in, and she points to a small pile of paper there. Well, anything I deemed important, but then I'm not one for these matters, so who knows what I've copied and what I haven't.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We'll go see what Toto wishes to do, and then we've got a few places to go see.
Yes. Let's make sure the chef has not stabbed him in the middle of the night.
Truthfully, I wouldn't blame him though.
Nor would I.
And we get sorted, and soon we head downstairs to find Toto.
I assume by that point I'll already be arguing with the chef.
Oh god!
What was the last bit?
I said I assume by this point I'll already be arguing with the chef.
Yes, but as you guys are walking on the steps, you just hear the sudden exit of like one of the red-haired barmaids in a hurry, kind of going, oh no, he's at it again, he's at it again, he's at it again. Just runs past. You look over and you just see the two of them arguing, and you just go, look, for the final time, I am not going to put whatever the hell that thing was you brought in this morning into the soup. It's just not happening. No, no. And you look over and you see Toto just holding up a pheasant with an arrow sticking out of it.
This is prime meat. It's free range. You're not going to get much fresher than this. Look, there's a reason nobody respects you as a chef. It's because you won't take risks.
Make a persuasion check. Just
I don't think my persuasion's very good.
Not like Elspeth then.
I
It's
haven't got any
fine if you roll high.
Oh, 19.
after that whole no one respects you part, there's almost as if like a little gear in his head just like popped out of place, and he goes, "You know what? Fuck it, give me!" and just grabs the pheasant out of your hand and goes, "I'll fucking show you who's not respected as a chef," and he storms off into the kitchen.
Don't forget to keep all the bones in. Get the bone marrow out of there. The bone marrow's the best bit. Just snap them bad boys open. Get all the bone marrow in there. Good lad. As I see Cloud come down, Cloud and Elspeth, I'll just morning.
Just casual, just like, yeah, just remember you get it as one. Oh, hi guys.
Making friends as usual.
Well, I think we're making strides to becoming the best of friends. How was your two evening? Got plenty of sleep, I hope.
I'm an elf, I do not need plenty of sleep. In fact, I don't sleep at all.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, well rested, thank you.
I've been thinking about this whole notebook situation. Do we have copies of all the myriads?
Oh, probably not wise to be saying that word out loud in public. Maybe we should take this somewhere a
We'll
little
use
private.
we will use the code word pig feet. Do you have all the pig feet information?
Yes.
Oh god. Okay. Well, I've got a plan. I don't know if I should speak the plan out loud or if I should just do it.
Maybe best run it past us first, so we at least know what's going on.
All right. I'm gonna take the pig feet information. And I'm gonna post the copies of it off to my parents' farm. I'm gonna put a note with it, tell them not to open it, to just keep it sealed, and just put it away. Then I'm gonna take the information with the notebook back to my brother and just say, look, there's a copy somewhere. I know where it is. It's best you don't. Just get yourself out of this mess. Job done.
Sounds good to me. What do you think, Cloud?
Yeah, we can do that, but I wouldn't advise sending it to your parents. Maybe not the best
Only
place to go.
the only reason I think sending it there is because we haven't been there. I haven't really had any interaction there for a long time. So even if somebody decided to follow us, they wouldn't even know that that place existed. You get me?
Well, this is your family stuff, so if that's what you think is best.
Yeah, I mean, like even if any of you decided, you know what, I want to get hold of this information, you guys wouldn't even know where to get it. The less people that know where it is, the better, I think. And if I'm the only person that knows where it is right now, then that's for the best because you guys can't be pressed for information. Literally, I will be the only person that knows where it is. I can handle a little interrogation. Soon as I get this pheasant soup down me, oh boy, I'm gonna be hard as nails.
You're having pheasant soup for breakfast.
Yep, bones and all.
I will pass, I believe.
You don't know what you're missing out on. But yeah, I'm gonna post that off. All of the pig feet information. Wink. What about you guys? Do you guys have um things to do today?
Yes, got a couple of errands to run, uh, but apart from that, not too much. Obviously, pick up your bow, possibly head back and see that mouthy little uh, woman from the temple to shut her mouth, but apart from that, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah, yeah.
Course of action would you guys like to take first?
I want to go and post this information off first. I'm gonna get it out of the way.
As you're ready to head off, you just hear the kitchen doors being flung open, going, "Here, you miserable little gobshite!" And you're just like, bowl of ferret soup is now just been placed on the table in front of you.
Just I will like get a cup off of the bar. I'll drink whatever stale beer is in the bottom, and I'll pour the soup in it and take it with me. Cup of soup.
Chef Terry just watches you do this and he's just gobsmacked. He's just like, you made me fucking make this, and as soon as you go eat, like I give it to you, you're just like, down this, pour it in, cheers mate, and walked it.
Yep.
Sitting there defeated a little bit, just like, what have I done to deserve this? Kind of look of like despair on his face as you go off to mail this stuff, and you get to like a nearby, pretty much a post office, and you bundle all up and hand it over.
Yeah, I'll put a note with it just saying, store this away in a safe place. Do not open. I'll come back for it. And I'll put um like 50 gold pieces in there as well.
As you're doing that, let's just jump back to the circle that is the kerfuffle happening in Salvador's office.
Sorry, I forget exactly what I said last. I think I said I set him free or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And the trio here are still kind of confused as to why you can't just like hand over the lamp.
Okay. I'll take invisibility off the lamp. I'll take it off. I don't know who you guys are, but I've been a slave long enough to know what it's like. He doesn't deserve it. So if
Everyone
you
can
are
look at
gonna,
you as if like, yeah, we know. That's why we want to get our friend out.
what's
So,
his name?
Robin, yeah,
I'll toss it to the kid eating the biscuit.
he's an old man.
The kid, didn't you?
No, he said short man.
Oh, short man. Yeah, I'll
With a
chuck it
big
to him.
white beard and big tall hat.
Oh,
It's the Sultan. Wink, wink.
yeah. I thought it was the other guy in the vest. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, I'll chuck it to him saying, make sure he does get up. And worst case scenario, if he doesn't, I know how you guys look now. And just give us a quick grin.
At that point, Salvador opens the doors and goes, well, thank you again for stopping by. I hope this concludes our business for the time being, and I'm happy to be of your service. And they walk out, thanking him. And as soon as the door is they leave, he shuts the door and just gives you this really dirty look and going, couldn't you have just handed the fucking thing over? You literally got like coerced into stealing the thing from them, and yet you just couldn't just give it back.
I wasn't coerced. It was
Walks
against.
over to his desk and goes, you have no idea how lucky I was to find them what was wandering about this morning.
I never asked for your help.
Oh,
And
see,
you weren't particularly useful. You weren't particularly helpful last night either.
I had a lot on my plate, bitch. Could you stop? I've done you a favour here. Those three in there might be all lovely people, and they are, trust me, they are genuinely lovely people. But they carry a lot of weight with the right people that if they were to catch a whiff of a thief who stole a fruity lamp from them, yeah, it wouldn't be very good for you. And considering the fact that you're not exactly Miranda's good books happens to help me, because I just like to stick it to her every once in a while, just a reminder that although we are friends, again, kind of cradling a little bit the faded but still present bruise in his cheek goes that sometimes shots can be fired. Now, you've done what I asked. I've been asking around, and it turns out I have an associate who spotted your friend's Guess where they are.
Firstly, they're not my friends, but I don't do guessing. They're clearly not in the city, from what I can see.
He rolls and goes, "You're not really that fun. I prefer Elspeth and the rest." Gets up and just like calls out and goes, "Adria, please." Door opens, Adria comes and goes, "Escort this lovely lady down to the teleportation circle and have it set to my mom. As soon as she's out of here, the better." Does the whole sort of like cross-armed and like bows thing. She kind of gestures like, "If you follow me, miss."
Thank you, Salvador. Oh, actually, I don't know his name, so I'll say thank you. Is there anything? I don't know what they're doing in terms of a funeral, but is there anything you want to be said?
Pulls his eye back and goes, "She's not dead. I already told you this the night before. Are you just being selectively absent-minded here, or are you genuinely just not thinking or listening? Unless it's..." He just kind of just sighs off and goes, "Oh, you know what? Nope, just go."
Did he say she's not dead?
Yes.
He did
Yeah,
last night, yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe her. Anyways, I'll follow.
Adrian leads you through what you see is a very odd-looking sort of like cellar area, and leads you through to like you see all the snake effigies on the building, on the architecture changes. Like, please ignore the decor. We haven't had a chance to change it from before. And she lets you into the room with the teleportation circles ready. Goes, "Just a quick moment, and I'll set it up for your destination for you."
Where
There's a
are
couple
you sending me? You said Iman, but where exactly in Iman?
It goes, "It's one of the biggest cities in Tal'dorei."
Where
The
exactly?
I think he means where exactly in Imon is the teleportation circle sending him.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that, yeah. She goes, wherever there's a teleportation circle in them on, it's preset in this thing. We have clients coming back and forth for business, and I don't know personally, but it'll get you there.
Oh, great. Tell the big guy that if I die, then he's dying next.
And retreats back by going, "That's a bit harsh, but okay." And teleportation circle activates and sends you off to him on.
Yay. Now
That
where
was a long
exactly?
road for a shortcut.
The orphanage? Like I don't know where Elspeth took them. It wasn't an orphanage, was it?
It was a teleportation circle set up next to where the skyship dock is.
Okay.
But whether that's the one they send you to or not is doesn't matter.
I'll wait.
Cool. I'll say, give me a quick sec. We'll have a wee look. As you guys, after delivering the package and the gold to the post office, what do you do next?
I am happy to follow where you two lead.
Do you want to pick up your bow now, or shall we leave it a little bit longer before?
Well, once we've got the bow, then we can shove it in the little woman's face. So should probably get the bow now and then go and shove it off, I guess.
Suppose so. I think the place I need to go is not too far from your brother's anyway, so we'll swing in there first, and Cloud will take everybody to Gilmore's Glorious Goods, if that's near his brother's workshop.
Not too far away, but yeah, you can go to Gilmore's.
Has Scott been practicing his Gilmore is the question.
I have not. I've been way too exhausted lately, but I'll make do. I'll make do. And just. Okay, so you arrive outside the Gilmores, and again, you've seen the use of this projected image advertisement thing before in Westron. Now he's got like the proper one set outside of his shop. It's just like the image of this long-haired dandy looking fellow, just like, "Hello, welcome to Gilmore's Glorious Goods for all your magical needs," and all that kind of usual salesman pish starts spouting out of it. He's walking past it. Folk, don't give out at me now.
DM dies.
I mean,
We win D&D.
You kill the DM with your request for character voice, but yeah, you go in and there's someone behind the counter, just member of staff, kind of. It would appear that Sean is in the back. Because is there anything I can do for you in the meantime while our glorious leader is attending to something right now?
Yeah, morning. I was hoping is Kai here?
Actually, funny goes, they've been off sick the last couple of days, but I'll have a look in the back and see if they came in. Just a moment.
KAI.
Yep.
Give me a quick reminder of who Kai is again, just for him having his head up his ass and 101 things happening in real life. I forgot
No
to take note.
problem. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
I know it's the last name in my list of names that I've had missing, so yay.
It's a bingo!
It's a bingo.
Ooh. So after a few brief moments, this male human walks out and just kind of, yes, someone asking for me, kind of like having their hands and that sort of like, kind of impulsive kind of way, and they'll go, "Oh, snaps his fingers, kind of like, "Claudio, buddy, how you doing?"
Hi, little one. You well?
Also, I'm doing as well as it's quite a responsibility of being in establishment such as this. But Mr. Gilmore's been saying I've been doing pretty well lately, and you kind of side eyes and kind of his vision darts back and forth with the various party members and goes, "Who are these people?"
No, Kai, this is Elizabeth and Toto. Toto, Elizabeth, Kai.
Nice to meet
He
you.
gives a bow and says, "Peace to meet you."
Nice to meet you.
Oh, while I'm in Vermont, I thought one, I can come see you, and two, best person to talk to about sorting some bits and pieces out.
Yeah, sure. I've been off sick a couple of days, so my workload's kind of built up a little bit. But I can have a look for you. Depends what you bring me.
And Cloud will pull out. I believe nobody. He pulls out the circlet of blasting, dark shard amulet, wand of conducting, and ring of shooting stars. Unless anybody took them.
Did Azzy not take the Ring of Shooting Stars?
He did, I believe.
Because we gave him the option of that or the circlet, and he chose the ring.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry. For some reason, I've still got that on there then, and I forgot to take it off. So it'll be circular blasting, dark shard amulet, wand of conducting, and he'll put them to one side and go. I was hoping to sell these or get some store credit if possible.
he looks them over and goes, they're still in fairly good condition. They've still got a bit of juice in them all. I can see you can get a bit of kind of scratches his neck, back of his ear a little bit and goes, I can see you getting a little bit of credit for them, yeah.
Awesome. And then there's a few extra things that, knowing you might find more interesting than anything. And Cloud will put down. Yeah, he'll put down the not the psionic ring, the headband, but he'll put down the gift ring and headband from the ships. And then he'll put down the psionic headband and show him those.
Eyes go wide when he sees them and is like, I don't need even have a look at those to know that those are pretty. Wow. Yeah, buddy. I don't. I kind of want to know, but I don't really want to know where you got these because uh, wow. He's kind of just like transfixed on two headbands.
Melly and Cloud will gesture to the psionic one and I trying to get this one to work, but had no luck. Possibly you can work it out and maybe learn a few things from it. Maybe do something different. But the other thing, and Cloud will pull out a little scrap of paper he's been doodling on and put it on the table and slide it over to him. And it will be literally, it'll probably be like a 5-year-old drawing of sort of like a coat with some arcane runes scratched around and going, this is my rough idea of a some special armor I've been thinking of, and sort of just gesture for it, and then pull out the gift Supreme Commander's cloak and going, could you do something with that?
Yeah, looks at you and goes, well, if you give me that, see that headband there, and he points to the gift one. That is the payment. I can do something with that coat, no problem. Well, not without problem. It'll probably be a bit of effort, but anything for you, buddy. The other one, Sean might need to have a look at that, but I'm sure he can find the time, and we'll let you know when we find anything useful.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. So if you can just rack us up some store credit, if that's fine, and we have some other business to deal with. But as long as you're all right.
I'll send you a message once. It might take me a while to get this coat ready, but the rest of the stuff with a bit of store credit, it'll probably help go towards me prioritizing. It's only been a couple of small things that I've left, I had left behind because of like, he kind of coughs a little bit, like, but I'm sure I can bump it up the list before this sitting on the table.
Cloud will sort of use fees count just to say, are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, just not been feeling very well lately. Just very, very tired and nasty cough.
Fair enough. If it is that bad, you should go see Cora. She'll make you up a nice little remedy or something to help you.
It is like no, don't go. Maybe I will, but I got some work to do. So if anything else I can do for you guys while you're all here,
Cloud will turn around to the others and go, anything of interest?
Do they have one of those? Have you got one of those balls that they had in the other Gilmores? You know, the scrying ones.
oh,
Maybe
Orbis,
we.
scrying orb. He kind of looks over at his shelf and kind of like fumbles through something and goes, ah! Pulls out a little scrying orb. One of these?
I'm gonna look at Elspeth and say maybe it would be a good idea to scry on maybe Elizabeth or Maka if we are being followed. At least then we'd find out.
Potentially. I don't know.
I mean, are you not a little bit curious?
Of course, I'm a bard. I would be a bad bard if I wasn't curious, but I've learned that people need space to do their own things. I'm sure both of them will turn back up, maybe, potentially.
Okay. As long as you, as long as you're alright with that, then I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Unless, of course, you want... I don't know who would be better to attempt it. I assume Azzy to try and scry.
No, you're the one who seemed to have some sort of friendship with Elizabeth. I couldn't give a two fucks. Maka I'm worried about, but I know that she can look after herself pretty well.
And it might be a bit scary to scry on her. God knows what she might be doing.
Exactly.
I tell you, I saw that room after she was in there, and it was a mess.
I heard.
Maybe we leave it a little while, maybe a few more days, and then if we don't hear anything, then we can pop back and have a scry.
Exactly. By the way, Kai, could you tell Sean that Elspeth says hello?
At that point, just as he's about to say something, you just hear the kind of like the beads at the back of the door, just like going, Elspeth! And you see Sean Gilmore burst out the back room.
Hello, I assumed you were busy. We were told you were busy. I didn't want to disturb.
After hearing a few familiar voices, I thought I might as well pop out and say hello. What I'm doing couldn't wait. He comes over and just kind of gives you a big hug, just like, how are you doing, my dear?
I am absolutely fine, thank you very much. And how are you, Sean? Giving him a serious look.
Oh, rushed off my feet. Oh, business has been booming and then quiet and then booming again. You know how it can be. And wow, lovely bunch of compatriots you have with you today. And just kind of looks at like Clouded Total, just like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of like vibe here. You just seen this, it's like wow, what a matching pair these two make.
This is Cloud, who I believe knows your newest member of staff, Kai, and this is Toto. And you guys, this is Sean Gilmore.
So he
Hello.
goes, welcome to Gilmore's Glorious Goods for all your magical needs. And just kind of just like, and now that I've said that, nice to actually meet you.
And you.
I have a small question for you, Sean Gilmore.
And what would that be, small man? And just kind of gives you a sort of gentle nudge and goes, I'm kidding. Sorry, no offense to that. Your height, it's just a small joke. It's been a long day. What would your question be?
Can you create things or do you just buy things? Because I don't know if you've seen these absolute fucking killer shoes I'm wearing, but what I'm looking for is to get some small wheels put in the back of them, just to help me glide a little bit. Is that something you think you could either have in stock already, or could you procure something like that?
Yeah, looks like you confused for a moment and then just can get this like really silly looking grin on his face and goes, well, wheels aren't really the thing I would probably have suggested, but an eyebrow just raises and goes, hey, it's just crazy enough that I want to see that happen. So, Can I make a note for me? And then you see Kai just like nervously trying to grab a bit of paper, just like, yes, sir. This here gentleman, what was your name again, sir?
Toto half pint.
Toto Half Pint is looking for his platform shoes to have wheels inserted to the bottom. If we don't have, if we can't sort that out for him, we'll find something applicable. You got that there? He's like, yes, Sean. Good, splendid. Anything else we can do for you today before I head off back into it? And he kind of gestures back to the back and goes, before I head back to business.
Nope, that's all from me, thank you.
I am absolutely fine. It was just lovely to see you again.
Right, my dear, don't be a stranger. Welcome back anytime, especially if you have friends who are in need of my services. Finger guns back and goes, until then, I bid you all adieu. And just heads back into the back room.
Right, if that's everything, I'll catch you later, Kai. Send me a message, and we'll catch up sometime.
Yeah, I'll let you know about the cloak once I've had a chance to. He just sees all the stuff we just dumped on his like on the front tail, and just like once I'm sorting through this, bye now. And it's gonna be as a very over the top wave as you guys head out. At which point you would have encountered car people just wandering around the streets, having spent the better part of what would be taking the difference between you guys doing one thing and copycat catching up, like 6 hours just wandering about in Emond's like sky near the skyport, just kind of wandering about, and then eventually, as they've spread out past Gilmore's, and there's oh look, there you are, because plot convenience.
Quick, duck down the alleyway, hide.
Quick, use that sneak attack. Assassinate.
It's a bit mean.
Can I quickly and I'm being serious, can I quickly polymorph? Can I spot her and quickly polymorph myself into Tristan?
Sure.
Awesome. So I'm now Tristan. Back on. Well, Cloud probably has his Tristan on his shoulder, so I'll pop on Toto's shoulder this time.
Okay, Toto's now got a Tristan on his shoulder.
Do I see them or do they just see me?
I think after the change, you eventually kind of spot them in the crowd, and the groups eventually meet up. And I'm loving that gift, by the way. It's just it is a oh. Yeah, copies now rejoin the party. Whee!
How on
Yeah,
earth did you get
she
here so quickly?
honestly, I don't even know. You guys didn't tell me where you were, so I had to find out.
Well, you did just walk off.
I needed to sort something out.
I figured you'd just be following us, like always.
No, that was never the plan.
So what are you doing here now? You come here to find us, or was it just coincidence?
No, I did come in to find you. Um, for what it's worth, she would have probably wanted you guys to live, so send an expert to do an expert's job.
Huh. Cloud just sort of like looks at her like, really?
Oh yeah, Toto's not making any effort to hide his facial expressions. Just uneasiness.
Okay. and we've got places to go, people to see. So if you want to tag along, you're perfectly welcome. And Cloud will start heading towards Toto's brother's workshop.
Cool. Rest all follow.
I'll probably follow behind, like 5 feet away.
I'm on Toto's shoulder. I don't have a choice.
I'm gonna hunter's mark Elizabeth.
That's marked in place. Few minutes, a little bit of time passes. You eventually get to Toto's brother's workshop. Go in, there's the dwarf guy behind the camera again. He's just like, afternoon.
Afternoon. I'm just gonna walk straight past.
Before he walks past, I'm going to pop off his shoulder and just curl up on a chair somewhere, if there's a chair down here.
Kind of the nearest chair is the one next to the dwarf, and as soon as he sees you sit there, he just kind of almost looks like cross as he walks over, and then just goes, "Oh, who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty?" He starts kind of petting you.
Awesome. I'll purr and just sort of curl up and pretend I'm sleeping.
Yeah, oh, she's your precious. And then looks up and then goes like, "Yeah, if you want to go see the boss, he's up there. Just be sure to knock. Who's a good kitty?" And he can like flip about, like drop, turn of a coin kind of thing. He goes from like, "Oh look, your cat. Hey, I'm me in business."
Can I? So I did watch the stream, but it's just blanking on me. The workshop itself, does it have any kind of indication that he's manufacturing kind of guns and anything at all, or is it just kind of like leading up to the office?
Gee, yeah, there's going to be a big sign above the door saying, "We make guns. Come at me,
Well,
Percival."
I mean,
But I know I'm taking a piss, right?
yeah,
there, there's it just looks like a bunch of blacksmithing and
okay,
leatherwork workshops, just steelwork stuff. Just they're making they're not just weapons, but weapons is obviously the primary thing. There's forges making swords, spears, you name it. It's all here. Armor
Sure.
sets.
sure.
But at the moment, doesn't appear to be making anything that you would immediately go, "Oh wait, that's a musket." But
Yeah. I'll follow Toto behind, like again 5 feet away.
All right, Cloud. Do we knock on the door or shall we just bust this bad boy open?
I say we knock, just to be on the safe side.
All right, I'll knock.
knocking on the door, just like dunk, 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 and you hear your brother shout, "Go, give me a minute."
Again, really? He's a machine, this man.
Cloud was like, "Now you can go in."
Us half pints are all the same, you know.
You're always half empty. You need to always try and top yourselves up.
We call it half a pint because that's how much comes out. Anyway, I'm just gonna swing the door open and go in.
The door swing open, and he's not actually doing anything dodgy. He's just like sitting there, almost cowering in his chair, and you just see like this rather important looking fellow kind of turn around and go, I thought this was meant to be a private meeting." Half pint. And he goes, "Yeah, about. Guys, could you give us a minute while we finish our discussion here?" He goes, "No need, Mr. Half Pint. I'll come back later." And gentleman just kind of walks past and goes, "Good afternoon," and just walks out of the office and goes down the stairs.
Hmm.
All right, where's the bow? Give me the bow.
Most of you, he was like, "Fine, okay." He goes over to the end of the room, pulls out like a case. "Here is your fucking bow. Now, leave me the fuck alone, and hands it over to you, like the case.
No, I got to take a look at the work, take a look at the craftsmanship, see if it's any good. Does it do? Does it do anything? Is it magic?
Remind me. You've still got the longbow of the Sky Sentinel, and this was a separate item, or did you give him the longbow of the Sky Sentinel to
This,
then add shit
well,
to?
yeah, I want to be able to use just my regular attack and have it classed as a magic attack. So just like a plus, all I asked for was like a +1 enchantment or something like that on it.
But when you I just wanted to double check before I like cock up with what I'm about to give you here. He opens it up, and you can see that the dragon's horn is now been melded into the the I don't know bow parts. You know where the ruffle that starts to curve out, where the arrowhead will be like rested against.
Mm-hmm.
The horns now kind of walked into that, and it now curls along and bends with it. But yeah, this is actually pretty. Yeah, it's actually one of my best works. But fuck you for making me do it like the way it has, you little shit. And he's kind of just like barking at you as he's still holding it in the case.
You should feel privileged you got to work on, with such precious materials. How often does somebody come to you with, the dragon parts? Not very often, I'll bet.
He didn't say anything in response to that for like for a couple of seconds. He kind of goes, "Suppose, yeah."
I could have taken this anywhere, but I took it to you. Because we're brothers. That's what brothers do.
Sure, what are family for and all that jazz, and he kind of just like shoves forward the box.
Ah, well, I suppose you can have this big bag of gems back. We don't really need them, so you might as well have them.
Takes the bag and goes, "What about the book?"
Ah, the book. The book is very interesting. Elizabeth, would you mind leaving the room for just a few moments?
Mm. Reluctantly, I'll step out the room, but I'll kind of stick on the other side of the door as like a guarding, as a guard basically.
Yeah. I'm going to put the book down on the table in front of him. I'm going to lean right over the desk in his face. I'm going to say, we know what's in it. We had a look through. What the fuck have you got yourself into?
Looks blank at you for a second. He's like, "You actually read what's in that book?"
It really wasn't that hard to open.
Oh, you're fucking.
Cloud's pretty
Oh,
good
you
with that.
have no idea what you've done here. You have no freaking clue what's about to be go. Oh, no, and he just kind of collapses into his chair. Just like, no. Why would you?
Why
This is-
don't you enlighten us? What's going on? What is going on? Why are you making all this stuff? What the fuck?
It's moping in his chair just a little bit before he answers. And while you guys are doing that, Elspeth, who has since vacated her little spot after being given a little bit of cream off the dwarf guy, who's like, "Here you go." Out of his like little lunchbox, he's got like a little cask of cream. He's like, "Here, have some."
Oh, that's amazing. I will have a couple of licks. And then headbutt him and walk out the door.
He actually doesn't take offense to it. He's just like, "Headbutt." He goes, "Yeah, have a little cat." And as you head out the door,
I will drop the polymorph.
out of the polymorph. What do you do outside? Do you do anything in particular, or are you just waiting?
I'm just waiting outside. Just people
As
watching.
you suddenly come in the corner, as like going from Tristram to Elf Lady, you bump in. You bump into a gentleman with a top hat and cane as he walks through, and just like, oh, sorry, man, I hadn't seen you there. And as he walks in to the workshop, you see the rather gauntly figure who had been in the office exit, turn right down the street, and just walk.
What was that?
That was very out of place music for that.
Organ grinder and a monkey on the corner.
Oh.
And suddenly, Abu makes an appearance. Okay, I've really took that joke way too far. But
I will be intrigued and follow him.
the rather gaunt looking fella.
Knowing, and I will also. So the dude with the top hat and the cane walked into the workshop.
Top hat and canes walked in. Gaunt looking fellas walked out.
Okay, so I will quickly ping a message to Cloud and go, heads up, dude with a top hat and cane is walking in. I am going on a wander for the person that just walked out. I will do my best not to get stabbed this time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only response she gets?
Not like a word. You just hear
Just
like almost like an Amazon Alexa going sarcastic ahem.
pretty much. It's like,
Is the
right.
responding message.
How many times do we have to go through this before you learn?
I mean, I could stay here if you wish me to.
I'm not your mother.
No, but your opinion matters.
If you think that's what you need to do, just be safe.
I will do my best and I will follow him.
You go after the rather gauntlet looking fella. Back in toward Willard's office, he starts to just open up going, look, business was doing well. Great even. One day I got a particular order to make well, and he kind of fumbles through the book and goes, well, first couple of these I wasn't quite sure if I should have, but then they paid good money up front. They fucking go, I wouldn't believe. I could read to half the workshop with what these guys were offering. And it just slid into more and more until eventually they started. And he points at the bottom of the sheet the last one showing all the rifles, and it shows you a number. He goes, till we started making preparing to make them on this scale, and it's just been crazy ever since. The scale of which that they're saying is that there was just a number 25 in the corner.
So you're gonna keep doing this?
The
Is what it-
contract, and these aren't exactly the nicest of people, Toto.
What about when this contract's up and then they contract you to do something else and something else, and eventually, it's gonna win badly, right?
That's the thing. Apparently, these guys have been making pretty bit of headway until about a couple of months ago when a bunch of the guys got, you know, out and Stillbin, and now they've been doubling up.
I'll look back at Cloud like, oh, whoops.
Well, as you know, in business, things sway either way. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But your positioning, well, it just depends on how deep they want to put it in you. Because you are truly fucked.
Look, they were wanting me just to make 10 guns a week. Small scale, comparatively speaking. Now they want 25 a day.
A day?
Yeah. I'm the only guy in Mon with the capability of making anything anywhere near that with my workshops and the money they already give me. You can see what the problem is here if I just abruptly stop and people aren't meant to know about this shit. So and you just hear a very faint thing. Copy does the very faint footsteps of the gentleman in top hat coming. There's towards the office.
Yeah, Cloudus raises his finger to his mouth to his brother, and then just says, "You expecting? And do you have another meeting?"
Not for another. And he kind of thinks for a moment. Goes, not for another couple hours. I don't know who this would be. At a point, Copy now sees this guy coming towards the door.
I'll stop him if he's tries to get in.
He just kind of sets his cane in front of him. He's like, just waits in front of the door.
I'm
Not
sorry to
staring
have.
at you, but just kind of just looking in your general direction. Just kind of like no intensity, just completely casual.
Cool, I guess. Yeah, I'll wait to just observe him, see what reaction he makes.
Yeah, tilts his head to either side, just looking at the door.
Can I help you?
Slides his cane up to one of his hands and then just kind of reaches past you and just taps on the door. Just think, think, think.
Sorry, they're having a meeting in there.
Which goes, Mr. Halfpint's meeting with his prior associate had ended 2 minutes ago. I'm his next appointment and I've arrived early. I'm on a bit of a tight schedule. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to see me.
Or, wait a couple more minutes. You're already late.
Well, actually, I'll have you know that I'm actually quite a bit early, but as pressing matters have to be for quality control and such matters.
I appreciate that, but if you're early, then you'll need to wait for your time. That's
Make a
standard
make a
house.
persuasion check.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I was not ready for this level of commitment. 23.
That rather stern look this gentleman's given you. You see a very difficult to contain twitch into a smirk, and he kind of just, very well. Just turns around the spot and just walks back down the stairs.
Cool. Continue to wait. I'll keep an eye on him though.
Yeah, back in the office, Cloud can hear the footsteps going away. And the faint kind of noise of the conversation, getting the hint that, okay, whoever it was is buggered off. So, take it away.
So you do know if you manage to pull off 20 odd weapons a day, it will go up higher and higher until you can't. Until you fail and they come for you.
He goes, oh, you want to know how many days I've been already at this?
How many?
Might need to consider my position here. This was a very lucrative opportunity, and I couldn't necessarily just like turn it down. These guys were paying up front a lot of money, and you, I mean, what you seen in the bag was just only like the down payment. I keep that as a kind of that's you know how it can be. Even Total would probably not, and he just goes on and just like try to avoid the fishing that
Shut
he's
up.
dumped himself into.
Shush.
Just be
Right.
quiet.
How many weapons have you given them so far?
He sets to try to do the math and goes, well, and he pulls a bit of parchment over and goes, well, from the initial 10 a week to the 25 a day, total weapons now probably goes to about 300 odds.
And how many have you got for them to pick up now?
Today's batch has just been finished and pickup supposed to be later on today.
Right. Well, this is your basically this will be your option. You can hope things work out, which I will tell you it won't, because either you will fail at one of your contracts and they will not take failure lightly, or once they have enough of these guns, these weapons, they will put all-out riots throughout the city, throughout the whole of Tal'dorei, and your guns will be the cause of that. So you can sit by and let that all happen, or you can make a decision to do something about it.
What can I do about it? I mean, I've already took the contract. I'm already knee deep in it, man. Or in my
Yep.
case, or in our case, I'll be up to my neck in it, and you're up to your knees.
Well, they are not the only ones who will happily pay you for these weapons. You've got two other choices. You can go for the shady choice of the Clasp. They helped Iman during the Chroma Conclave. And trust me, they are dodgy, but they're a lot more standby-ish when it comes to deals than if you fail, they'll completely just slaughter you and your family. Or turn you into a slave, whichever one they feel like. Or you can go to the council. They will more than happily take your services of making these weapons into consideration. Probably won't arrest you, but lower your station in exchange for your hard work to carry on and your protection, obviously.
Thinking very long and hard, just as you sink into his chair, realizing just how utterly in the deep shit he is right now. He just sits and looks back at you and goes, I'm gonna need time to think about this.
Well, this is fair enough. If you need our help, you know how to get hold of us. But I will advise, think quickly, decide quickly, and use that batch that you've got not to give to who they're supposed to go to, and use them to make a good deal with someone else. Someone who won't bend you over the table straight from the get-go.
It just lowers as he sits at your desk, just like utterly defeated looking right now.
But I think that's us pretty much done. So I think we'll be off. And again, hope you make the good decision. Be well, and I hope not to find you sucking someone else's cock at some point when we walk in. Take care. and Cloud will leave.
I'll look at him. I'll look back towards Cloud leaving, and I'll just say what he said, and then I'll leave. Thanks for the bow.
You didn't even look up, just you walk out with the bow. We're just standing at the door. Next thing you know, it opens and you guys walk out.
I won't say anything and just follow them.
Head down the stairs to the front. Is the bloke either the bloke waiting out there or
He's
anything?
just sitting in a chair, just kind of minding his own business. Even just like a very light, just like whistle, like a whistle. He's just to himself a little tune.
Cloud will walk past and say, "Sorry for keeping you waiting. He's free now. Take care."
He pushes his hat up with his cane and goes, "No problem, thank you." And he gets up, starts walking with the cane up the stairs. Just hear this is the door shuts to the office. And as you guys, I'm guessing, leave the workshop.
Yep. I will use my band of telepathy to contact Elizabeth to see where the hell she's gotten to.
Good question.
Yes, I'm just having a quick look at the thing. I've been following this guy pretty far while that crazy shit was going on. And you've ended up near the sec guys. I lost my place.
I'm being stealthy about following him, by the way. I'm not being obvious as fuck.
Make a stealth check. Find this place. I had it. No worries. Who just like blending into the crowd Assassin's Creed style, despite the fact that you got long blonde hair and a green outfit as your or whatever your outfit looks color wise,
I've been taking
and everyone
notes
else
from
wearing the
Cloud.
complete polar freaking opposite. You somehow managed to Assassin's Creed this shit and just like blend right in. This fella gauntlet fella's ended up in the port. Just kind of looking around,
I will message
heads
Cloud
off
back.
towards a particular warehouse
I will
off the
message
beaten
Cloud
path.
back and go, I am in the port area. About to, well, he's just walked into a warehouse. I don't know if I want to right now.
I'll reply. We'll be shortly behind you then.
Take you guys a couple minutes at least to catch up. Oh, longer, but you get what I mean, just for the sake of like speeding this up. What's your passive perception?
19.
19.
Yes.
Yeah.
It went up
You
because I went back into Bard.
you notice something glowing in that warehouse that this guy's went into?
Oh dear. She doesn't want to get stabbed again. She'll wait outside for the others, keeping an eye on the glow and seeing what happens.
Comes back out of the warehouse with a couple extra bodies with him.
live bodies or dead bodies?
Indeed, can't tell.
Oh, okay. Does he start walking off?
Yep, they start walking off. Oh, what was that, Becca?
Sorry, I'm trying to decide what she'd do. She'll wait. She'll wait for the others. We'll go explore the warehouse.
Minutes pass by, a few minutes pass by, then eventually the others come into view and join you at the kind of little hidey spot you've got.
Hello again.
So what have you been finding?
The dude that walked out of Toto's brother's office walked into the warehouse. There was an odd glow, and then him and two other people, who I couldn't tell if they were alive or dead, came back out and walked, and I'll indicate the direction in which they're walking. And walked that way. I was going to follow, but I assumed walking off by myself further was not a good idea, and maybe we should explore the warehouse together.
Good idea. Give me a minute, and Cloud will quickly just take a generic walk around the warehouse. Well, around a couple of the warehouses around here, just see if there's any clasp or myriad signs painted anywhere.
You look around and you notice that there are myriad symbols painted on the warehouse that these guys are heading towards, but not the one they came out of.
Just as I'm heading back, I will. How high is the roof from me of the warehouse?
40 feet high.
I will wait until there's like not really anybody looking around, and then I will summon my familiar in Tresson form 30 feet above me, and then it will fly the last 10 feet up onto the roof, and then sort of try and see if it can see it, find a gap or something to slip in and have a quick look.
It finds like a little kind of like a hatch on the roof. Goes over to the hatch, looks down, and just sees like a teleportation circle in the middle of the room. The warehouse.
Okie dokie. Once it sees that, I'll get to come back to me, and I'll turn to the rest of the group and go, the light you saw in there, more than likely signs of a teleportation circle in the.
Interesting. While Cloud was away, by the way, I would have turned to Copy and go, nice to see you've made your way back to us.
Azuzu stepped away for 2 seconds.
Okay. We'll do that when he comes
Typical.
back. See ya. That's so interesting. Well, knowing another teleportation circle may be useful.
Yes, but from the looks of it, the warehouse they headed towards has myriad symbols on it. So quite possibly it's the way they're using to get their people in and out of the city, along with any items they might have. Telepathically, Cloud will say, obviously, the guns.
Oh yes, in fire message. Oh yes, I remember. Would it be worthwhile reporting this area to either the clasp or the guards?
Could probably definitely work out better. Last thing we need is a myriad being in charge of anything, though they are probably in charge of more than we actually know at the minute.
Most likely, but that's how all secret organisations work.
True, but some are better than others.
Oh, I definitely agree with that.
Cloud will send his Tressum to go and have a look at the fly up onto the rooftops and move across the rooftops to the other warehouse. You said I saw them head to, see if it can find any windows or hatches again, and just have a little nosy there.
Tristram takes a moment, finds a window to perch itself in, looks in, and sees a bunch of hooded guys messing about with crates, getting them loaded onto a small ship that's like the warehouse that you're in. It actually is a small kind of like dock with a cargo ship inside it, and loaded up with like crates. These three guys just kind of not being uber sneaky, but kind of just keeping shifty at the back, overwatching everything that's getting done. And once the final few crates are loaded, they get onto the ship. It begins to make preparations to leave.
And they're just like sealed up crates. I assume nothing. I can tell or see.
So what was that?
I can't. I just see basic wooden crates. I don't see anything telling me that what's in them or anything like that.
Nope, no indication what's in them as of yet.
Turn to the pie. There's people you saw. They're loading up a small ship in another warehouse with different crates. They're preparing to leave. Not knowing what it is, I don't know. What do you think?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. I was having a quick chat with Jason.
Sorry, Cloud just turns around and says, "The Tristan saw the guys you were following. They're loading up a small ship in a warehouse not far from here and preparing to set sail."
I would strongly suggest we let them go. I don't think our little force of 4 here is going to stop a ship, but I do think make any note of any identifying features you can, and we can include that in our report to whoever we report it to.
Now, how many people did I see? Was it just the 3 people, or were there more?
You spotted the three guys that Elspeth had described and pointed out. The guys loading up the ship and its crew. It's not a massive ship, but it's pretty big cargo. As far as a kind of civilian cargo ship would go, and it's got like total of like 15 to 20 people in it.
Right. I'll make sure to get the name of the ship. Move the Tressum around to a point where you can catch the name of the ship on it. And
Sink
then
the ship. Sink it. We've blown up airships before. Let's just sink it.
And have like 30 people on us.
Yeah.
Person tries to see what the name of the ship is, and then suddenly you just see a figure dive off it into the water. Anyone on the other side? And the third starts to get to just outside of where this little secluded dockyard is. A flash, and it starts to sink.
Oh. Job done.
Did you do that?
I
Oh.
didn't do it. I don't think I did it. Maybe I did it with my mind.
oh dear, Toto with mind powers.
These figures get out of the water, dry themselves off, and one of them appears to be carrying a chest.
Do they look like Myriad?
Nope, not from what you've seen before of the Myriad. Or class.
Elspeth have any idea who these people might be? Would anyone have any idea who these people might be?
I think need a closer look.
I will start casually walking in that direction to try and get a closer look.
Just
Uh,
yourself.
Cloud will
What did you say, sorry?
Just by yourself.
Cloud will slip away and sort of stealth along and try and see if he can get a bit closer. And cast invisibility on himself.
Cast invisibility on yourself. Elspeth's walking out. These two, the two figures on the flanks are kind of looking about, just not making it obvious that they're looking out for anybody, but they're kind of just that sort of way of heads going back and forth, while the middle one's just carrying the chest.
Anything about them stand out particularly?
Make a perception check.
12.
It's getting pretty dark, and these guys are pretty shady, so neither of you get like a good look at them.
I'm going to ping
Copy.
detect thoughts.
Let's see what the thing is in case. Wait.
So I can get their surface thoughts, and if I want to go deeper, they have to make a wisdom save, but I'll start with just their surface thoughts.
Initial thing, thoughts are on the surface at the very least is like, that was a lot easier than we thought. Now to travel back to Whitestone, and they're just heading back. One of them at Buckler stops and goes, points over to Elspeth and goes, you there? You look a little lost. Can we help you?
Oh no, I'm fine. I live here. I'm definitely not lost. Just having a wander. I like the sea, so I like to be near the ocean. This tends to be the quietest part.
You get deception check. And lowers down and kind of goes, very well, but we suggest you maybe, and they kind of point back towards the dock, going, avoid that area. Seems like the boys are working overtime and don't want anyone kind of interrupting their business.
accent is not from around here. Can I ask where you're from?
So kind of look at one and goes, we're not local. We're travelling merchants.
Well, safe travels. Maybe we shall cross paths again.
Perhaps. And they carry on walking towards the warehouse that they came from.
I will cast message to Cloud and go, those three were from Whitestone. Or at least heading back to Whitestone.
Might be a good idea for me to go talk to a couple of contacts about this.
Oh, copy. What you guys doing?
I kind of stuck with Toto, and to be honest, see, that's the thing. Like, so I've seen Elspeth this whole time, yes, or has she?
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing. I'm just sticking with Toto because I'm in shock about that. Because as far as I'm concerned, she's dead, and that's not her.
Toto, what are you doing?
Well, we just seen all that shit go down, right? And what are we doing? Are we agreeing to just let Cloud do his thing on this? Is that what we're doing?
You guys are almost at the warehouse.
I don't know. I'm just staying hidden. I'm just staying out of sight.
A flash from inside the warehouse. As these guys approach the doorway, the doorway gets kicked open, and there's just like a vaguely familiar figure steps out in front of them and just kind of just points at the three and just like, drop the case. I'll look at one another as if like, oh, what? No, who the fuck do you think you are? And before they can say a word, the figure who just burst out just immediately like flame bolts the guy in the middle. He hits the ground hard. The other two guys got to react, and again, flame bolt, and all three hit the deck. And he just looks over and just goes, pathetic. Picks up the case, the chest, has a little look inside it, shuts it back over, looks around.
Who is this dude?
Looks vaguely familiar. Do you recall when Maka spotted a dude in one of the taverns and
Ah, yeah.
restaurant? Yeah, that guy. Whatever's in that case, that chest he's just picked up. Looks around, takes a duffel bag out and stuffs it in.
I'm going to cast Hold Person on him.
Oh.
Cloud would have moved up into a position close.
He fails, so he's held.
As he's putting the chest into the bag, as he goes to throw the bag over his shoulder, he's stuck.
Yes, he is.
Cloud will telepathically say to Toto the bag.
Alright, as soon as I hear that, I'm gonna just get in and get that bag as quick as I can. On the rug if I've got the rug. If not, then I'll bust the fly out.
I can't actually remember who had the magic carpet, but Yeah, I'll just say you have it and just
Yeah, Toto has it.
you unravel it, throw it out, and just like surf it through the air and just like yoink the bag. Although the guy can't move, you can tell he's just like raging behind the eyes at the thought of you guys just like jumping him after he jumped these dudes.
I'm just getting in and out as quick as possible. I'm gonna fly straight back to where Cloud is and just drop the bag at Cloud's feet.
You
Is Cloud not invisible?
Yeah, Cloud's invisible.
Oh, shit,
Probably
yeah.
about
Elsa-
10 feet away from the bloke.
Elspeth's just gonna message Toto, cast a message and send to Toto. Get you and Elizabeth out. Just fly back to the inn.
Then I'll just swing by Elizabeth and I'll just say, you might as well get on. We're getting out of here. Hop to it.
Yeah, I'll jump on.
And I'll just haul ass back to the tavern.
And I'll send a message to Cloud and go, do you think you can get over to me fairly quickly? This spell is not going to last very long. Unless you have another plan, of course.
I'll say to Elsbeth telepathically to move back out the way, and just be ready to bamf out. Just need a minute.
Target's making its save.
That's fine, I will
Cloud
step back.
stand invisible nearby.
He still fails. He's still held. I will step back so I'm just at the edge of the 30 feet range.
Cloud will, while still invisible, will slowly just walk around him, and just say, "So what's going on here? I know you can't talk yet, but some interesting. You just ambushed and killed 3 men who, before you, seem to have sunk a ship. Quite intriguing." Cloud will just wait to see if he breaks out of the whole person.
I can drop it if you ask her to. Nope.
Trying to. Elspeth can feel him trying to resist, but she's got him held.
That's great. Cloud will. Yeah, it's not an attack or a spell, so technically I can still do it while invisible. I will pull out the. I'm pretty sure I still got them. Yeah, set of manacles. And I'm going to put it around this fine gentleman's hands. And then as I step away, I'm still invisible, but the manacles become visible. And then just tell Elsbeth, you can drop it now. Take cover, just in case.
I will drop the spell and I will remain as close to Cloud as I can, but as far away from that arsehole as possible. I want to keep about a 30-foot distance from Cloud.
Top hole person, he feels the manacles tauten up as he moves his arms. Looking about, trying to find anybody. Sees Elspeth, but keeps looking about.
Well, do you want to explain or not?
He's silent, doesn't say a word.
I am going to cast Major Illusion and make an image of a random tabaxi dude, doesn't look a thing like Cloud, appear behind him as if he'd just dropped invisibility.
Like directly behind him.
Not directly behind him, about 20 feet behind him. Behind the dude, not behind Cloud.
Did you drop hold person?
Yes.
You notices the not Cloud Tabaxi appear, and almost looks like he's about to like squat down and just leap straight into the air on top of the warehouse and starts booking it. And that's what we're going to call it a night.
Another bitch done and run away from me. Come on.
I'm joking. He's not going to fucking run away. He's just going to be up the top and going to do a strength check to see if he can get out these manacles, because fuck these things.
What's manacles? 20? I think they're 20. So I'll just quickly double check. But I think you'd get out.
Bursts out and is now just looking down from on top of the warehouse. He just looks utterly just a case of, I am not amused. Just stern as fuck, just looking about, trying to see if he can spot anyone else. Do me a favour, Cloud's still technically invisible, I think.
Yep.
So you'll nobody seen you, but Elspeth, make me a stealth check, see if he can. Nope, spotted. Toto and Copy.
We're gone.
I was going to say, have they not booked it back to
Yep,
the inn now?
they've
and they're
fucked
flying
off. Yeah,
past
I'm just like you just see like a dot at a distance, just kind of like, we are out of here. Just doesn't even register it. Just like looks down at Elspeth
And the illusionary cat.
and the illusionary tabaxi. The illusionary tabaxi was the one closest to him, so he assumes that's the one that put the manacles on him. Holds out his hand and flame bolts the illusion. And of course, goes right through the illusion and hits like a random bit of the decking and just like singes the deck.
In that time, Cloud will use his movement and feline agility to scale up and climb up to near where he is.
As you get up on top of the warehouse, see this guy underneath his cloak has like not full plate, but bits of plate armor underneath his cloak. He still doesn't see you coming, so if you want to have a go for him, up to you.
Yeah, why not? Let's go full battery. Non-lethal, because I'm still not exactly sure who this dude is, but he didn't want to have a chat, so fuck him. Movement. So I will use all 3 attacks.
Go for all 3. See if the first one hits. I think you definitely do with that, dude. 27, 26, and 29.
Your to hit is ridiculous.
It's
It
fucking
is now.
stupid, man. That is fucking ridiculous. Okay, roll damage for the first
So
one.
first one.
28.
First one will be a full assassination. So the sneak attack is doubled to a 24 plus
So 30,
whatever that is.
49. 49 altogether.
49 points of bludgeoning damage.
Watching the damage, you crack him and you just feel the jaw moving. As he looks back, you can see the eyes turn Skin starts to change ever so slightly. Roll damage for your second attack. 15 points. Smack him again. You see horns start to appear. 14. Luckily, as you can see, the skin start to turn to scales, blue in color, and you can see sparks kind of moving about in his mouth. That last hit brings him down to the ground. Well, on the roof.
Is that
but
like
you know,
70 odd points of damage?
78 points of damage over all 3 attacks.
Jesus.
I'm
fucking
so
this is
glad
why I love being a rogue.
Oh, but that extra invocation in Warlock for the Thirsty Blade, allowing me to get my extra attack.
And what now lies at your feet is a blue dragonborn.
With tail or without tail?
Would Cloud like to roll him over and find out whether he's got a tail on it?
Not really. Cloud's sort of trying to work out what to do because he just broke his fucking manacles, which is a bit upsetting.
That is not what Toto had planned for those, I would like to point out.
Well, yeah, I know that.
The most annoying thing that dragonborn was felt about that is the fact that when he broke free, he realised there was fluff on them.
Shh, 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 shh. Nice pink sparkly fluff.
Yeah.
Well, if you looked
after
a bit
you
closer, there was a safety latch just on the inside. Didn't have to break them.
What's the fun in having a safety latch?
Anyway,
It's
if you
perfectly fine if you don't
knocked
know.
this guy clean out, that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Yay! I will turn the stream off now.